म भागिरहेको छु
स्नाइप
Hi. Hello. 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 What the fuck? Bro, hello. Hello. ओइ मेरो स्पिकर के भयो?
पनि तिम्रै
तिम्रो
छायामा
छायामा
बस्छु
बस्छु
तिम्रै चन्द्रमा बनी
के गर्नु
हजुर
दुईतिर फाइट लिउँ होला हौ अब
के लगाइस लाको हो के लाको हो छ्या
दुरा लगायो
लगायो
के लगायो
बिकिनी
हाँ
ताबी
साग
बिकिनी
ताबी ताबी
चाबी भन्दा चाहिँ एकजनाले के भन्छ एकजनाले के भन्छ
मैले साँच्चो कुरै भने अरे दुराले मार्छ भने
यस्तो ब्रिक देखेपछि त म्याचमा गर्नै मन आउँदैन हौ
स्नोबल लन्चर चला है अब ओपी छ
त्यो स्नोबल लन्चर भन्ने ए
राम्रो छ मैले म साइबर चलाइरहेको छ तिमीहरू बोका यार मैले त गोल्डन
मतलब
नलेज
यसरी युज गर्न राम्रो छ क्या मतलब ठ्याक्क एक सर्ट हान्यो बिल्डहरूलाई विक गरेर छिर्नु नभए मतलब सर्ट गनसँग चाहिँ त्यो म क्याजुअली युज पनि गर्दा हुन्छ क्या सर्ट गन हान्दै यो हान्न पनि
म त साइबर रमाइलो लाग्छ यार
स्नोबल तिमीसँग स्नोबल लन्चर छ भने होइन तिमीले त पनि गर्नुहुन्छ के अरे त्यो बााउन्सर र सकेप गर्थ्यो त पहिला ए तिमीसँग त्यो फ्रुट छ नि त्यो इफेक्ट दिने त्यो फ्रुट यो बम अनि त्यो यो वेपन अनि त्यो छ भने अर्को के भन्दा रहेछ मैले हुन्छ खोइ मैले के भने मलाई पनि थाहा नि त्यसो हुन चाहिँ खोइ कहाँ फाइट लिने सोल्ट्यो यताउता यता पुसानु चिबीको एक्जाम कस्तो भयो त
खत्रै भयो नि
रिजीमा के त्यो पाउँदैन
कति कति कट्ला
रिजीमा मेडल छैन
छैन हजुर
70 80
फेक स्नाइपर आमा त
खै कहाँ जानु दोस्
हाइट दोस् म कति हलिरहेको त्यहाँ पछाडि
मेरो एक्स भन्दा पनि बेसी चिप्लिन्छ त अरे के त कहाँ जाने दुराले कहाँ टिम्छ भनेको यहीँनिर हो दुरा
है त हो त्यही
ऊ त्यहाँ हेर लुट्छ भुइँमा
त्यता फाइट भयो बिल फाइट भएको थियो अब यहाँ आइसकेर तिनीहरू कसैको लाइफ लिएर गयो होला सायद
ग्रिन पम्प छ भने नि म खुसी खुसी दिन्छु ओ माई भ्याड ब्यान्डेजको लाइन पारेर राख्छु बिल्ला
झन्डै खसी
ए
अघि दिउँसोमा
हजुर।
म्याच हेरेको थिएन बिल फाइट खेलिरहेको थिएँ बिचमा ट्रेन आयो बिल फाइट बिचमा सबै बिल फुटाइदिएर अनि झऱ्यो क्या ल
ट्रेन आएर मलाई ट्रेनले एकचोटि मलाई यस्तो उडायो नि मलाई अबि ड्यामेज हान्दैन उडाएकै घरतिर हाने
यहाँ यो चाहिँ
युजलेस छ
दोस्त यो ल्याडर चढ्ने एनिमेसन त बबल लाग्यो त
ओए कस्तो रमाइलो छ चढ्दो रहेछ
बुस्ट छ यार
तिमी लिन्छौ
नै यार अहिले म्याच मात्र खान्छु
यार मसँग सिल्ड छ यार धेरै
मसँग एउटा बिग पोट अनि 6 रन
अनि बाटोमा मिनी सिनी के भेटायो त्यो के भएको थियो
मसँग तिनटा
दयालु भएको होला अपोनेन्ट पर मुभमेन्ट स्पिड पहिलाकै जति भन्छ त्यस्तो लागेछ अब तिमी
ए यहाँ मान्छे छ भाइ त्यो
पहिलाको जति होला
ऊ मान्छे ऊ त्यो माथि भाग्यो बहर थियो अनि ग्राफमा
मेगालियन टिम हेर त लास्टै फेन्ड छ नि म्यापमा हेर त
मेरा लिएन त्यसरी फेकिङ गेस नगर
आइसक्यो आइसक्यो
ओए म त लेफ्टबाट साइब हान्दिरा म नदेखिदिएर त्यसलाई
के गरे
इज
चिबी नै छ यो लेट चिबी
Nice shot. Those 1v3 जाए 1v3 जाए ल नाइस चिबी तिमी तल त्यहाँ राइटमा हेर
मेरो अलिकति एफपीएस डिले भइरहेछ ल मैले सर्टहरु मिसाने भन्नु ल लास्टै कम गर्छु
चिबीको बक्समा मर्यो चिबी
म
त्यो हैन
खोइ त
ए मुला
एउटा सोलो बाँकी छ हैन
बाइक छ एउटा
म कार्डको लागि गएँ ल
हुन्छ
मेरोसँग मिनिजहरु
यतैतिर छ अझै बाँचिरहेछ
सब केटा सब ठाउँ खोज्यो त
त्यो बिल चिबी
मैले बेटा सोला
त्यो बुसभित्र हेर त्यो स्नोबल हान न चिबी स्नोबल लन्चर हान त
भर्खर उड्यो हैन छैन स्नोबल लन्चर
त्यही भर्खर छोडेको तिमीले
मैले हाल्छु
यतै छ हल्लेको नि छैन
म यता रिबुट हान्छु ल
ल
हेर है कार्डको लागि यहाँ ममा ए यो त बट छ मैले
ए त ब्लू हिल रहेछ त
मुटु नदुखा
मान्छे नै हो
मान्छे न तीनजना प्रो फुल टिम यस
फुल टिम
यस
खोइ
ओए
ल स्नाइपर हान्न पाएन 110
ममा दुईजना म त फेरि मरे
ओए जीजी
Nice.
सँगै मरेको
ओए रिसेट
त बट गएर
ओए
लास्ट
हिल न
त्यो बट
तीन एचपीमा बाँचिरहेको थिएँ अब
त्यहाँ बढी
ओए माई ब्याड मैले केही सुनेकै छैन मेरो एफपिएस के भयो यार लास्टै कमाइरहेछ नो टिम थियो यार यिनीहरू
म त दिन खाएर म त बिल गर्न नि पाएन चारजना
म त एकचोटि साइ खान्छु अर्कोचोटि मलाई लेट रोटेट हान्न के यिनीहरूको टिममेट आउँछ यही सेतोवाला
यार
कसले स्ट्रिम हाल्छ
दुरा मैले गर्दा फस्यो यार
मैले
म
हान्नु
त त्यो बटहरू त्यो हुन्छ एनपिसी होला भनेर सिधै रिपोर्ट हान्न थालेको
तिमीहरूले रिटर्न टु लबी हान्नु पर्छ कि जस्तो लाग्यो ओइ मलाई चोइ हैन
तिमी नहान के रिटर्न टु लबी
पर्दैन सुरु गर
स्किन चेन्ज गर्ने मन लाग्यो के बुझ्नु न यार कुरा
वेटिङ फर 19 inches of venom and Batman to ready operate
तिमीहरूलाई मलाई लगी खोज्नु यस्तो अनि चुन्न पर्छ मुलाहरू गर्ने पछि गएर एउटा फरारी लिन्छु होइन फरारीलाई चाहिँ भन्दै
निगा हैन के निगा गा
छुवा मसिमास ओरेवा मंकी दी लुफी ओरेवा काइजुकु नि नारु दोकोदा
मानसको 1280 आएछ
आरफको
1100 कि 1200 आयो मैले बिर्से एक्ज्याक्ट बिर्सेँ मैले मानसको तर बिजोक भएछ त यार
किन
पहिला 1310 भनेको फेरि अहिले दिँदाखेरि चाहिँ 1280 आएछ तर पर्सेन्टेज चाहिँ बढेछ
गजब का मजा कुछ और ही है सही बोल्यो भाइ
1200 हान्यो भने त बहुते त घरबाट निकालिदिन्छु
किन
सेट राम्रो भने सिधै घरबाट निकालिदिनु
ला भए पनि सेट राम्रो भए पनि घरबाट जान्छौ क्यारे दोस्त सेट राम्रो भयो भने
तरिकाले नराम्रो तरिकाले त्यसै नै कलर
ल बिर्सिदिन्छु
Lights in new ones.
Where are we going, boys? Here we going, huh?
ओए एकजना खोइ
को खोइ ओ फेक ल फेक देखेन क्या हो
देखेन
फर्किदिने के गर्ने
म त पुगिसके त दोस्त त्यस्तो नभन न म त यहाँ पुग्छु
अनि यही पुग्छु तिमी त
यहाँ
मेन जाने किन डराउँछ तिमी डराउने होइन के सर किस बात का जब मैं हूं ना
मेघुमा माया चाहिँ गरिरहमा
गोल्डन छ गोल्डन स्नोबल लन्चर मैले छोटे
ओए त्यसले देखेर मलाई
हेर्खेर
त्यसले दिगदिर हाने लुकेर बसिरहेको
रात तेरिका ओए कसो डिले खेलेको मलाई
मर्यो
लास्ट डिले रहेछ
एक त खतरा ठाउँमा परेछ त ड्रप भयो भने
मेडालियनले है यता तर मेडालियन त्यस्तो खासै केही नि छैन
रेडियो
के तिमी लुट हाल्ला
रिबुट
हुन्छ हान्देऊ
मैले लुट पनि हालेको छैन
बिर त्यहाँबाट भएको त यता फेरि अरू मान्छेहरू फ्लाइट हाल्छ
ल वाट मेरोमा त त्यो रिबुट भइरहेको त्यो पनि देखाएन त सिधै रिबुट मात्र भयो त म त आवाजलाई हेरेर थियो त ल वाट त्यसो त
नयाँ पावर हो कि म लुट त भर्खर हाल्नु
के हो म्याम गाह्रो छ यार दुइटै किबोर्ड राम्ररी चल्दैन यार दोस्त मिनी छ तिमीसँग
मेरो बाड्यो
यता आऊ त यता हामी
रुखहरू मिनीको छ सर्गन
आयो जाटो
लाग्यो त्यहाँ
केटाहरको ठाउँ पुगिहाल्नुपर्छ कि
कुन वर्ष
सुत्दैन पर्दैन
पर्दैन होला तर मैले एकजना चाहिँ मारिदिएको थिएँ है त त्यहाँको
होइन हामी लाइक त्यहाँबाट अर्को ठाउँ पुगिसकेको छ
ठिक छ
ए बाउन्टी छ हाम्रो अझै
त्यसले हामीले मार्नु पर्ने यार म बेकार पहाडी बसिरहेको
फेक आउ यो हान्दिउँ
रुको एकछिन के कलेज गर्दै गर न अनि पछि पुऱ्याउँला यहाँ म म्याच खोलेर गर्दैछु
मेरे तो लगता है मेरे लगता है मान्छे यता क्लोज रिबुट हान्दैछ है कजान भयो
यो ठाउँमा अरू बेला कस्तो राम्रो हुन्थ्यो यार अहिले मजा रहेछ हेर न
रिपोर्ट यहाँ दुईटा रिपोर्ट भइरहेछ
थाहा भयो छोड्छ
टिभी आउँदा फुटेर चलिदिहाल्छ
के गर्न मिल्दैन
तर चल्दैन
स्टम्प
नि
भइसक्यो
तिनीहरूले डिस्ट्रोय हानिदिन्छ विङका मसँग त्यस्तो सिल्ड नै छैन म्याच छैन
मसँग त सुन ल
दोस्रो त जी वागन छ
तिमीसँग
लिएर आउँदै
सिल्ड
गर त अगाडि मजाले बस्छ मसँग मिडकिट छ दुईटा
छ एकातिर आउन
ट्रेनमा टिम हुन्छ होला यार अलिक स्टार्ट लगाए ट्रेनतिर टिम हुन्छ
अर्का म यो हायर गर्ने मिल्ने मान्छेलाई गर्छ यार राम्रो लाग्छ
निस्क
मलाई टार्गेट हान्न छ
तिमीहरूले एनपिसी हायर गरेछ हो
मैले हायर गरेको
ए म्यापमा के देखायो भन्छ नि
के भयो कस्तो खेल्नु कस्तो अनकम्फर्टेबल लागेको यसरी
छ है
के हो दोस्त एफपिएस पुगेन क्या
मैले सुटिङ चाहिँ सुने है फेक
तिम्रो अगाडि मान्छे
इग्नोर गर न हामी टिमसँगै छैन
ए बिना तिमी सुट गरेको
म्याच कलेज गर होइन यहाँ लागु केटाहरू टम आइसक्यो यार अब त मेटिड पनि छैन
नक
त्यो दुस पुग्छ हामी
लो
ल म फाइट खेल्न रेडी हो मार्क लाउ त बिस्तारै आओस् बिस्तारै
टिममेट खै त यसको
जस्तो ग्र्यापलर कसैले उठाउनुला हो कि म उठाइदिउँ
तिमीसँग
What the fuck?
ए यो त ग्र्याब म त सर्ट गन भनेको ग्र्याब ल त त्यो ओ ए नाइस छ त उतातिर नि फाइट भइरहेछ है हाम्रो पछाडि
ग्र्यापलर कहाँ थियो खोइ ए यहाँ रहेछ ए ग्र्यापलर है ब्रो होइन ग्र्यापलर कहाँ छ
टप मान्छे
पाए पाए यहीँ रहेछ
ल केटा हो हामी आइसक्यौँ है पछाडि मान्छे छै छिप्यो हामी
सही भन्दैछ देख्यो उनीहरूले हामीले
कताबाट
त्यही मार्कबाट
रेक्लेस रिलिजबाट
रिलेसमा छ
एक्ज्याक्ट मार्क लाग्यो त मैले देखाएको छैन मैले देखाएको छैन एक्ज्याक्ट मार्क लाग्यो त
राख
ब्रो ठक्क फुटाइदिरहेको थियो म स्नाइप हाल्न थियो
ओए भयो मेरो पहाडी हेर्छ साइ बान्यो म त बानिरहेछ यार मेरो हेर्छ साइ बान्यो
पहिल्यैदेखि
चिबी त्यही पहाडी
मेरो वरिपरि दुईजना मान्छे छ यार
म चिबी यही गर उतातिर
कहाँ छ कहाँबाट हान्यो मलाई
म मऱ्यो होला चिबी म यतै छु Oh my god.
आइन भने
मसँग हिल चाहिँ छैन यार ओइ ल व्हाट सातो गइरा
Ese Sindura.
ल 1 HP म भएको पर्पल स्किन 1 HP शिट फक
What?
ब्रो
Oh,
ओइ
he...
नाइस भने
No,
Oi, lo, what?
कस्तो छिरेको यार छ्या मैले मिस्टेक हालेँ कि फेरि त्यो सर्टगनको एउटा
लाग्यो रे के अझ त्यो पनि
होइन न अर्को हाल
ए हात्ती छ भयो यार
जाम क्या सुत्न अल्छी लाग्यो त मन त
ब्रो व्हाट
कस्तो वर्ड तिमी पो सुत्यो त मलाई म सुतेन नि
तिमी हरु पो सुतेको हो त मे
यसले के गरे त्यो ग्र्याप्लर हान्न नसक्यो त्यसले
चेन्ज फक छ हौ ग्राप्लरको कन्डो यस्तो मुख हान्नुपर्छ ग्राप्लर नि हेर नि त्यहाँ
कस्तो हावा के त्यो आइस हुने चाहिँ कस्तो नराम्रो कुरा हो कि त्यो मलाई भए जति सबै माया
अटो सर्टगन अब्युज हान्नै नपाउने भयो यार मैले
चिसो भयो यार हात माई ह्यान्ड इज अ भेरी कोल्ड
तिमीलाई थाहा छ के गर्नुपर्छ
आई नो वाट सुड आई डु वो
तिम्रो हात भाइ होस् नि त्यो क्रिन्जी कुरा नि नगर
यसको स्कोपै छैन त वाट मेडालियन टिप्यो
माडालियन
त्यो ग्लिच हो स्कोप छ तर हाम्रोमा ग्लिच खा हो
ड्रिमको द ट्रुथ भन्नेवाला हेर्नु पर्यो
तिमीलाई कसरी थाहा भयो दोस्त
तिमीहरूले आफै त्यो अस्ति मैले सत्सङ भाइसँग खेल्दा के भनेको थियो त याद छ त्यो त्यतिखेर स्कोप थिएन भनेर चाहिँ तर मेरो स्कोप थियो क्या त्यतिखेर
ए
खोइ 2x अप्टिक हुन्छ
ए भए जति सबै माया तिमी बढी भएछ तिमी पनि म बिर्सिँदैछु मुटु नदुखाइरहेको भए जति सबै
1 घण्टा लामो भिडियो छ त
साढे 1 घण्टा अवस् यो म्याचमा चाहिँ नि त लास्टको होइन एसक्युसी र पोकिमेन लिग मात्र भयो नि एकचोटि स्क्रिन गरेर हेरौँ होइन हक्क बढ्छ क्या तिमीहरू
एक्सपी र पोकेमन
लिग
ए लिग
ब्रो के सुन्छ यार
यतै झर्दै मलाई यो भिडियो हेर्न हतार भयो क्या
सनोटी
तर अचम्म हो क्या कुनै कुरा चाहिँ एकदम सस लाग्यो किनभने कुनै काम चाहिँ ड्रिमलाई फसाउने गर्यो क्या यसो ड्रिमको बारेमा एउटा रुमर सुरु भयो होइन त्यो रुमरको प्रमोट हान्नुको लागि होइन त्यसकै दिन त्यो हुन्छ र रुमर भएकै बेला होइन नयाँ अकाउन्ट बनाइहाल्ने अनोनिमस बस्न अनि कहाँबाट जे पाइ त्यो एभिडेन्सहरू ल्याएर फसाउने त्यो चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ लास्टिङ डेन्जर थियो यार त्यो ड्रिमलाई जसरी पनि फसाउँछु भनेर आएको थियो क्या एउटा चाहिँ
मेरो गन लियो रे यसले
ब्रो
5000 3 राउन्ड भएपछि यस्तै हो हेर्दै बस्छ
तिमी ल्यान्ड नि भयो वाट
ल्यान्ड भएर मरि नै सक्यो
वाट
अब त्यो भिडियो हेर्न हतार गरे है फुटबल लागि
होइन त्यसले गन लिदियो होला
मिलिमा मान्छे छ कति मान्छे थियो ए रहेछ त ए माथि ल्यान्ड टाटाले वाउ वाउ
What? Bro, no देखिरा मैले बेक आइसक्यो
सबैजना मरिसक्यो रे लो
तिमी मात्रै बाँकी छ
मैले पनि थाहा पाइन
तिम्रै अगाडि मर्यो त नि म आवाज त झर्ना साथ मर्यो दुरा चाहिँ कसरी मर्यो
खै थाहा छैन त्यहाँ माथि गएको जाँटो अर्को खै ल्यान्ड गराएको थियो जाँटो डबल
ओए मेरो के भइरहेछ हेलो हेलो अबे आइस उठ्न हेलो
गाह्रो छ ब्रो
के भयो भर्खर ओए म्याप चाहिँ सिलेक्सन बन्द गरौँ होइन ल आवाज स्क्रिन छ हाम्रो एकछिनमा खेलौँ न एकछिनमा अब अरूहरू पनि खेलौँ
अब यो मैले
खेल्दै र नखेल्ने पढ्न त मलाई त पुग्यो अन्त झर्ने बित्तिकै मसँग झरेकै त्यो फेरि कति गन थियो कसै थियो गन सायद त्यसले लाइक डबल बाउन्स गरेको उतापट्टि
पुरै हेर्छौ कि एकचोटि पोकिमिन हेर्छौ सुरुमा
नहेर्ने मान्छे एरिया ओए कत्रो मोडो थियो
People point to as to why not to trust me. I did. And not a lot of luck at once. It was actually only uncovered by a cheater themselves, who later got exposed for doing that same thing in the past.
Yes, that's right. Mine Crevenger, The very same person that first publicly exposed Dream for cheating in his runs has just been caught cheating himself. And not only cheating once, but cheating multiple world records over a span of more than 2 years.
I was defending myself so confidently publicly because me and the developer had already considered and ruled out the possibility that I could have been using a mod. Carl Jobs, a very well-respected YouTuber that also investigates speedruns, made a video going into all the details. It's over an hour long. If you'd like to watch it to understand how that happened and all the supporting evidence around it, you can. He is very critical of me in it, but here's his short conclusion that backs up what I'm saying from after his thorough investigation.
In conjunction with all of the evidence I've seen, I believe the essence of what Dream was claiming in his paste bin was probably true. In my opinion, it is definitely more likely that he really didn't know his drop rates and barter rates were modified. Was it intentional? And I do believe that it probably wasn't.
He did a lot of research and interviewed a lot of people to come to that conclusion. He interviewed the mod team, me, developers, and a lot more. He even said something afterwards that applies to a lot of the situations we're going to talk about today, so I'm going to go ahead and play that clip too.
In one breath, people will complain that Dream is a liar, and then in the next, spout made-up assumptions that couldn't be further from the truth. It seems like everyone is lying everywhere.
I'm still fully responsible for my behavior back then towards the moderators, regardless of my intentions, and I did act like a little baby and caused the majority of the problems myself, so I'm sorry. Regardless of if you believe me or if you think that I'm being dishonest, since this all happened over 3 years ago, a lot has changed since, and I've done my best to move forward and grow as a person. I did my best to make amends with the mods. I apologized privately and publicly for lashing out at them. I donated over $50,000 to the speedrun community through tournaments and personal donations to over 15 different speedrunners. I voluntarily took down all my speedrun times, even ones that had nothing at all to do with the mod or the cheating scandal. I also deleted my original response video, and I haven't speedrun officially since. It's been over 3 years. Now that that's out of the way, I want to clear up some quick misinformation around it. One, it had nothing to do with my manhunt videos or any video or speedrun I've ever posted on my YouTube channel. It was specifically live streamed attempts that I did during a 1 week or so period over 3 years ago. It's a common misconception that the cheating had to do with my YouTube channel, manhunt, or any other videos I posted. Two, I didn't hire a fake astrophysicist to defend me, which is also commonly said. Knowing nothing about math, but fully believing in my innocence at the time, given the accusation was purely based on math, I used a website for math freelancers and reached out directly to a highly qualified professor that said they'd be willing to help me. They even made one of their conditions before agreeing that no matter what their conclusion was, I had to publish their results. Even if their conclusion was that I was guilty, I agreed to this.
Dream briefly explained the situation, and the expert agreed to help. The expert provided Dream with a few terms, one of them being that Dream post the results no matter the outcome.
Obviously, their report ended up getting ripped to shreds, but I had no idea that would be the case. I knew absolutely nothing about math, and I fully believed in my innocence. So when a highly qualified third party was agreeing with me, it made me even more confident in the whole. There was many factors as to why the report ended up being bad, partially due to the public pressure and it being rushed, partially due to them not knowing as much about Minecraft as the mod team did. But regardless, I didn't bribe or make up a fake astrophysicist, which is something people frequently say. The speedrun mod team and many other parties individually verified their credentials and the fact that they exist. I also put way more information in the description on this, just for transparency's sake, including proof about the professor, all of my emails to them, and even screenshots of messages that I never provided in the past. I think that's really important to clear up because it's used very, very frequently to say, if he will go as far as to make up a fake astrophysicist to lie, how far will he go with other lies? And I would just like to point out that even though I didn't lie, lying about a Minecraft speedrun is very different than lying about very serious allegations. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a pretty big one that you might not have heard about, but it's a pretty important one. Manatreat. Now, if you don't know who Manatreat is a content creator that added to my server, the Dream SMP, a couple years ago. They were anonymous like me, and they had a very short career. There was a thread made about Manatreat saying that they doxed him and that he was an IRL friend of mine, had been charged with domestic violence, and that I was trying to hide it. Manatreat was removed from the SMP by me, all of his accounts were deleted, and I made a statement talking about how I don't support domestic violence, I wasn't aware of any domestic violence, and that due to how complicated the situation was, I decided to remove Manatreat from the SMP. I also strongly alluded to the fact that the doxed information was incorrect. Everything I just said was true, except for the fact that Manatreat was my childhood best friend. I came up with the name Manatreat, I made the accounts, I grew up with him, his grandparents were like my grandparents, he was like family to me. The criticism I get to this day related to this is that I intentionally housed and hid an abuser. Because Manatreat was faceless and anonymous like me, people said that it was planned deliberately in order to hide a domestic violence charge. This is not true. In late 2020, he had a lot of problems. He was struggling with homelessness, had been in multiple recent car accidents. I knew I could help him, so I did. I offered him a place to stay, I paid for his groceries and gas for a while, and eventually I came up with the idea to add him to my server. He was my childhood friend, I trusted him, and he wasn't a risk. I was anonymous, so obviously if I wanted to play games with him, his identity couldn't be known, or it would leak my identity. Whenever the thread first came out saying that Manatreat abused his girlfriend, I responded emotionally, calling people gullible, because I didn't believe that someone I had known for so long and grew up with could do anything like that. And at the time, although no one knew, he lived with me in Sapnap, so it seemed crazy that he could somehow hide it from us. I jumped the gun and reacted emotionally. Only later did I properly look into everything, and I apologize. After I confronted Manatreat in real life, he claimed that he wasn't an abuser, that he had just had a conversation with another guy, and that his ex-girlfriend got in the middle of it. He claimed that he never hit her, that he had just caught her cheating and was fighting the guy that she was cheating with, that the cops got called, and that he got arrested. This is just what he said. This altercation would have taken place around a year before he moved in with us, and I had no knowledge of it. People thought that domestic violence took place when he lived with us because my address was on a court document of his, but that was far after when he was on probation and had to tell the court where he currently lived. He also lied to us and told us that he was on probation for smoking weed in order to not have us question anything suspicious related to it. Even though he claimed to me that he wasn't abusive to anyone, I couldn't just take him for his word, and so I did research myself. I reached out to his ex-girlfriend and talked to her about it all. She wouldn't really say that much. She said to give Manatreat the best wishes for his future, and that his mistakes were behind her, and that she just wanted to be left alone on work. I don't want to push her for information, so because of that, I didn't feel comfortable having Manatreat on the Dream SMP anymore. I didn't have full confidence that he was being honest with me because he had already lied to me, and I was also still faceless and I really didn't want to have to dox myself to explain the situation. I decided the best idea would just be to remove him from the server. I had created all of the accounts, so I completely shut them down and removed his access. That meant that there was absolutely no risk that, even if he was lying, he would ever cause future harm because of me. Unfortunately, this wasn't a cut and dry situation. This was one of my childhood best friends that had always treated me with kindness and had lied to me inside. And unfortunately, due to all of this, I had no contact with him and lost someone that was like family to me. I'll never know the exact truth behind everything. The person that I knew was kind, generous, and compassionate, and I never would have added him to the server if I thought he was anything otherwise. But what I do know is that, other than my initial crude response, I stand by my actions. I think that I navigated a really complex situation the best that I could. I got rid of any risk, supported a victim, made it clear that I didn't support domestic violence, even to the detriment of one of my oldest friendships. I completely understand people that don't know my side of this situation, assuming that this makes me a liar, and that it's obvious that I was covering up wrongdoing. I even had creators that thought this until they talked to me about it. It's not unreasonable at all, and that's why I figured I had to talk about it in this video, even if it is personal and uncomfortable. Before I jump into the most important things I'm gonna
Oh, live
talk
छ किन
about something that's come up a lot through these allegations. It's something that's
Oh.
commonly said to give credibility to me being a bad or weird person. I'm gonna play a clip from Moist Critical, who talked about the allegations pretty neutrally, to his credit. But while talking about them, he said this.
Dream's audience has always been on the younger side of things, and yet Dream constantly engages with them in very inappropriate ways, such as like posting thirst traps. He does post thirst traps, even knowing that his fans are children.
me go sleep.
So
Good
when
night,
these claims
everyone.
come out, I think a lot of people
L
start to
यार,
take them at face value because they're like,
Your
oh,
glass
that
अनि
sounds like the dream that I know.
भोलि तिम्रो
You
कति
know,
बजे
this
हो क्लास
sounds like something Dream might do, so it's probably true.
हजुर.
Even though right now a lot of the evidence backing it up
दुरा
isn't the strongest.
Now, before I talk about this, I just want to ask that if you're watching this and you
Bro.
share the same opinion, try and give me
Lo-
the benefit of the doubt.
ल ल
Genuinely listen to what I have to say and discard your preconceived
हामी
biases.
हामी चाहिँ
Because
के
yeah,
खेल्ने हो
if
त
someone's
आज
creepy and then they're accused of being a creep, it
Hey?
clearly changes how you think. So I'm going to break down multiple things that Charlie said because I respect him. I respect
Bro,
his opinion. I think he's a super reasonable guy and I think he's an awesome content creator. One of the things that he said is that I post creepy pictures and thirst traps.
He does post thirst traps.
That's the first thing I'm going to talk about. Uniquely, because I didn't reveal my face until last year, I can actually pretty reasonably show you every photo and video of myself that I've ever posted on the internet. So they're going to start scrolling by now in a completely random order. While you watch, it's important to note that what you post on something like Snapchat is very different than something you'd post on Instagram or Twitter. Snapchat runs ads every 5 or 6 photos and encourages you to post upwards of 100 photos or videos a day to have the most growth and make the most money. They only last 24 hours like an Instagram story. So on Snapchat, you kind of just spam anything. So for me, it's silly filters, my cat, whatever food I'm eating that day, if I get a haircut. Because of that, it's much easier to take one silly photo from Snapchat out of context and make it out to be something that it's not. On top of that, there's a lot of fake accounts that I think people fall for all the time. They post thirst trap captions using my photos, and with how many likes they get, there's a lot of people that casually scroll Twitter and think their posts are mine. There's one specific one that was extremely popular and verified before it was suspended. It posted tweets like this, and this, and this. These are just completely normal photos I posted of myself with no caption, but they repost them and put a weird caption. This has fooled tons of people, including people that have made pretty big videos about me, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if Charlie saw this account a couple times and thought its tweets were mine. A lot of people also say stuff like this.
I don't know why he still uses Snapchat. It's still kind of weird. I told you, if you're a grown man using Snapchat,
which I think is super reasonable to think. If you don't know that there's creator accounts now that work very differently to normal Snapchat accounts, you can promote stuff to millions of people through Snapchat's algorithm, and even as of recently, you can make a lot of money, obviously encouraging you to post whatever random stupid photo you took.
I mean, I hardly even log into my Snapchat myself, and even have someone else completely run the account, because there's a manager account feature where I can just post from my personal Snap and never even see any of the messages. I also sometimes have people say that I'm weird because of fan art account likes from my fan art account, so I just want to clarify, I'm not the one behind 99% of the likes. I've never made that public because it is beneficial for artists for people to think that it's me every time, but again, when it's being used against me to say I'm creepy, I have to clarify.
Hi, so I've ran Dream's public Snapchat since January 2022. There's nothing weird and he doesn't really even log into it. I also run his fan art account and have been since January 2022 as well. I'm good friends with Dream and the Dream team, so he thought I'd be a good pick to run it. I mostly just like and retweet art. I'm banished from replying. Sometimes people will call him creepy for stupid stuff that I've liked, and I've never really taken it seriously because I just think what's being depicted in the art is funny to me, like DNF kissing art or something, because I'm their friend and it makes me laugh. It just happens to be really good art. But when it's being used to say that Dream is creepy or weird, I feel really bad because he's definitely not. There's been times that he's messaged me and told me to unlike something or asked why I was on a DNF liking spree. And he's definitely a silly guy, but people shouldn't use me liking art that I found funny or just thought was impressive artistically against him.
I can still be more careful about what's liked on the account though, and I also can re-clarify my boundaries, which I do at the end of this video. But I will just say here that I've never supported not safe for work art of minors or from minors. I think that that's weird and gross, and I clarify my boundaries on myself later in the video, but generally it's just I don't want anything weird drawn of me. I also later have the person who used to run the account back in 2020 say something as well. But yeah,
Like 1 out of every 1,000 Snapchats I post, people end up spreading and making fun of, which is fine, of course, but it's when it's made out to be weird that it's disingenuous.
now that's not to say that I'm posting the exact same thing as everyone else, or that what I'm posting isn't different than other people. It definitely is. I was faceless for a very long time, never took pictures of myself, and had no social media before YouTube. So you're seeing literally my first time ever taking pictures, and I am just a little goofy. Again, it's fine to make fun of, like some of these pictures are stupid, but using them as evidence that I'm weird or making them out to be weird
Just isn't fair. I don't really take myself seriously. I don't think I'm super attractive. I don't think I'm super funny. I think a lot of people misunderstand some of the things that I post that are satire. A lot of my videos before I did Minecraft challenges were satire videos, and I still post a lot of satire. A perfect example of this is my unface reveal. I posted a video on my channel where I unrevealed my face. It's a satire video. I have my 2 best friends burst down my door, tell me that I'm ugly and to put my mask back on, which I agree with, make a professional mask, and then go through the McDonald's drive-thru with it on, while saying that I'm never taking it off ever again. The number of people that took this seriously was in the tens of millions. People see the headline, assume that sounds like something that cringe guy would do, and then it's history. And the same thing happens with my TikToks. Like almost my entire TikTok page is sarcastic, but every now and then, someone will take a TikTok of mine completely seriously. Like, I posted a video of me with the Chad filter on and said no filter right after the face reveal. I made a TikTok where I take off the mask and use an ugly filter. Another TikTok where I make fun of the face leak photo, or many other sarcastic posts. But then I post a TikTok where I'm in a Walmart wearing my mask, and people take it so seriously. I get tons of hate, and it said how cringe it is that I would go shopping in my mask, that it's pathetic that I'm trying to hide my face after I already revealed it. Or I post a TikTok where I sing one of my songs, say no auto-tune, and then kiss the camera. And it's that I'm trying to be hot or think I'm such an amazing singer, instead of that I'm self-aware and playing into the cringe. I didn't watch that and go, ah, you are so cool. You are such an amazing singer and you're also hot. Like, it's not serious. Yes, I do post cringy stuff sometimes, and I'm not trying to say that I've never been cringy, or that you can't make fun of content that is intentionally cringy, but I've never posted anything that you could remotely say is a thirst trap,
or inappropriate for my audience.
because as you can see, in the context of all these other photos I've posted, it's not honest to single out one weird Snapchat out of context of the thousands I spam, and then say that I post creepy photos. But yeah, like one photo I posted was heavily spread as a thirst trap by parody accounts, and it's this. I'm supposed to be dead. It's definitely not a thirst trap, but
It's not like I was sending it to somebody and being weird. I was just spamming photos on my public story.
Oh no, George Not Found is giving him the Slopperson.
Oh no. Oh no. Like, yeah, it's goofy. It was not a thirst trap. I posted 1 or 2 photos with my shirt off ever, and this one's because I thought it was cool to see my hair comb back since it's always forward, and you can't even see me or my body. There's also this monstrosity that's frequently shared. Like, this is a gross photo. I look terrible. This is not a thirst trap. This is a terrible photo. This is just disgusting. I was just spamming photos, didn't think much of it, and posted it. And now it will haunt me until the end of time. I'm cringy and being serious when I make satire posts. I'm full of myself when
when I post a normal photo. I'm gross when I post a bad photo. I'm weird when I post a silly photo. It's just people assuming the worst or just not knowing who I am, which I guess is fair. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the thirst traps thing. But obviously that's just photos. Now in terms of other stuff, I've definitely had my opinions more over time, especially since I've face revealed and actually got to meet fans in person. But we can still talk about some old stuff that people frequently use to say that I'm weird. First of all, me calling my fan base kittens. Now, this was a stupid tweet. If I could go back, never would have tweeted it. I completely understand that without knowing my intentions or what I actually meant, it could seem super weird. The whole Discord kittens meme wasn't as big yet, and I just tweet so much, I just wasn't really thinking. It came out horribly, and I will never live this down. It is still something that my friends make fun of me for to this day. I was just trying to explain that when I say I love my audience, I don't mean in the same way that I love my friends or my family. That I mean it in the way that I love dogs, even though I don't know every dog personally. I can still say I love dogs. I should not have said kittens, but it's not what I meant. It was a stupid tweet. I've tweeted tens of thousands of times the last few years. It wasn't my brightest moment, but it also wasn't me trying to be weird or going kittens. It was just an analogy that I regret using. Another point of evidence towards the Dream is Weird narrative was me, quote unquote, selling my baby pictures. In 2022, my merch company sold a flash drive that was Dream themed. It was going to be sold empty, and then my mom and my dad, who help run my merch company, had the idea to put some random stuff onto the drive, so it felt more unique. I thought it was a cool idea. The content on the drive wasn't what was being sold. It was the slap wristband flash drive itself. We added some drafts of books I wrote from when I was a teenager, some memes, some old Minecraft screenshots of me and my friends, some notes and emails from teachers talking about me being rebellious in middle school, and yes, 2 pictures of me from when I was a baby. The intent wasn't at all to sell pictures of me when I was a baby, which other celebrities have actually literally done. The intent was just to show a little bit of where I'm from, like you would show pictures in a biography you would sell or something. It was my version of a little biography with writing and pictures and quotes. I think there's definitely something to be said about the concept of being in possession of a file of someone else's baby picture versus it just being in a physical book, so I totally get it. But you have to recognize that that's clearly not the intention. It should be something funny or cringe to make fun of and not be a serious thing, like being about pedophilia. But yeah, I mean, as you can probably tell by the pictures going by, I have a pretty normal life. I think I'm a pretty average guy, and 99% of the things I post online are extremely normal. Despite how much I've put myself out there, there's only a few weird out of context things to show for it, and a couple goofy photos. So yeah, I think when people say that I post thirst traps or post predatory things to my audience, they're just misinformed. I don't think that Charlie is being malicious at all. It's just a lot of misinformation, and it's something I've never really made an effort to clear up. I always lean into the cringe, but when it's being used to strengthen serious allegations, that's when I kind of have to really break down how I am. But yeah, I mean, on top of all that, my audience is not as young as people think. This isn't a hill I'm gonna die on, because I know a lot of people have their minds made up or could not be convinced. Believe it or not, I have one of the oldest audiences in all of Minecraft YouTube. I started YouTube through coding and extremely complex stuff, like reverse engineering PewDiePie's Minecraft seed. My videos, even to this day, are super long, don't have that quick retention style editing or sound effects or anything that a lot of channels do. And I also have a large pro gamer audience because my videos involve a lot of technical skill. My audience outside of YouTube is younger, but the vast majority of people I get recognized by on the street are college aged. And usually dudes being like, what the f, it's Dream! On Twitch, I've covered heavy topics. In this video, I'm covering heavy topics. Me and my friends all swear on every other platform, and we're definitely not kids channels in any way. Just because I post Minecraft videos doesn't mean that my audience is just little kids. Most people that watch me either used to play Minecraft or don't even play Minecraft at all. I think Charlie's audience is, of course, much older than mine, but if I posted photos like these, which to be clear, if I was ripped as hell like Charlie, I would, 100%, it would be made out to be predatory because it's me, when it's not at all. And that same standard isn't applied to TikTok stars or really anyone else but me, just because I'm the Minecraft guy. A lot of the photos me and Charlie have posted are actually really similar. It's just people cherry picking goofy photos of mine and then making them out to be weird. When it's just me posting random photos, because that's literally part of our job. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Now to move on and talk about some really important stuff. Over the last year and a half, there's been a bunch of really serious allegations made against me. Some of them were quickly disproved, others admitted they were lying, but there's still some that I'm gonna address in this video. The first allegation made against me was pretty quickly discarded. It was an allegation of flirting and had some inconsistencies. I'm still taking it seriously though and don't want to overlook anything, so I'm gonna talk about it now. The first ever allegations against me that were spread pretty far were made the day after my face reveal, on October 3rd, 2022. A girl named Anastasia tweeted out, "He's only face revealing because he's scared that I'll do it first." And then she followed it up by tweeting, "I'm too tired / real life struggling to get involved, but the YouTuber trending right now already face revealed to me years ago when he was flirting with me when I was a minor. Obviously, because of my face reveal, it took off, pointing out inconsistencies, asking questions, and so on. I didn't have any inappropriate contact with this person. I didn't have any sexual contact with this person. I hardly even remember who this person is at all. And the only messages I could even find with this person were friendly Twitter DMs. And even in those Twitter DMs, I mentioned that they had 18 in their bio, which they contradict. I definitely didn't face reveal to them. That's an obvious lie. Almost nobody knew what I looked like at all before my face reveal. Not even most of my best friends that had known me my entire life, let alone someone I don't even remember talking to at all. She posted a screenshot of some texts and claimed that they were from me. She showed a screenshot of my TikTok being from your contacts to try and prove that the texts were from me, which people quickly pointed out isn't possible because I have a Google Voice number hooked up to my TikTok, which isn't iMessage like the text. And again, she never claimed any sexual misconduct. She never claimed anything related to nudity or sexting. This was also in early 2020, and she had 18 in her bio. With everything and all the inconsistencies, wasn't taking that seriously. But it's still worth noting because people still somehow say this is one of 3 victims of mine. So yeah, before talking about the next allegation, I just want to address something that I think is pretty important. I see some people say, why respond to fans at all? Or that it doesn't matter what Dream said. The fact that he responded to a fan is creepy. And people saying that are missing a little bit of nuance. First of all, back when I started YouTube in 2019, obviously I had a very small community, even moving into mid-2020 before the Dream SMP. It's very common that when you have a smaller community, you're trying to grow your community. And part of how you do that is by interacting with people and responding and being active. I've always been pretty active in my community, and when I was really small, I used to respond to just about literally everyone that DM'd me, even if it was just one-word answers. Obviously later on, and as I grew, I replied less and less, and things evolved over time with my fan base growth. Like, as an example, when I started my public Snapchat in 2019, I ran the account, but in early 2020, because I was growing, I completely passed the reins off to someone else, and pretty much never logged into it ever again.
Hi, I would like to remain anonymous, so I'm just going to be calling myself Rebecca. I used to run Dream Snapchat starting in 2020. I did that for probably around a year, and I would like read through all the messages and I'd screenshot art or funny comments, and I would respond when it was appropriate. There is definitely nothing weird going on this account. Dream hardly even logged into it, and it was mainly me. He never used it inappropriately, and although I no longer work for Dream, I am not aware of him ever acting inappropriate with fans or anyone underage.
Most, if not all, of the Snapchats I've posted since then have been through the manager account feature, meaning I use my normal Snapchat and post to my other account like a story, without even ever logging in or seeing any messages. I think that when people talk about messaging or becoming friends with a fan, most people are thinking of a stan or a super obsessive fan, because what makes you a fan? Having watched 1 video, 2 videos, 10, being subscribed? There's levels to it. My point being that when you're talking about messaging someone and it being weird, there has to be a weird dynamic. Obviously, a streamer that's subscribed to me and has watched my videos in the past and DMs me should not be looked at the same as a random person that does the exact same thing. I've had fans of mine turn into friends of mine, but I don't go seeking out friendships with people who have obsessions with me. There's a difference between a fan of mine who reacts to my videos because they're entertaining and makes some content about me because that's what gets views that I end up becoming friends with, than a random stan that posts thirst edits of me. Obviously a massive difference. There's a difference between a random stan in your Twitch chat that watches every stream because they love you, and a regular viewer that's in your community because they have common interests with you that you end up becoming friends with. And at that point, they're no longer a fan. They're a friend. And in some cases, becoming some of the most beloved couples on the internet. My point is that there's a lot of nuance. I think it's a responsibility of a creator to be able to recognize dynamics, avoid any weird ones. You can't just look at the fact that somebody follows you or has watched a couple of your videos and write them off as, oh, they're a fan, therefore we can have no conversation. I was also fans of a lot of my friends before I became friends with them. A lot of people that I ended up hiring as editors or artists or really anything are fans. And then of course you can become friends. Again, the whole point is that there's a lot of specifics to it. You can't just write somebody off completely. But again, that's fans, that's not stans. Otherwise, moving back to the next very important thing. Now, the second allegation is what I'm going to talk about in extreme detail. Second allegation came out soon after the first and said that the first allegation was why they were sharing their story. It was from a girl that claimed that when she was 17, we inappropriately messaged. This did not happen. Let's get into the details. On September 23rd, 2020, Amanda messaged me from her personal Instagram account, sending a message that was clearly a fan message. She thanked me for saving her life, and I replied to this message. In September of 2020, I was a lot smaller than I am now, so I got a lot less DMs, and I was much more active in like the fan communities and replying to people. And all I replied was, oh, thank you for the kind words. And then I also replied, glad to make you smile, after she followed up with the message. I put a transcript of every Instagram message that I've ever sent her, linked in the description. It might not be every message that she sent me, because there's proof that she deleted Instagram messages to me. An old TikTok of hers has messages from me that wasn't in her post with the accusations when she showed our messages, but my transcript tried to include those and piece it together. But again, it might not be all of them because I don't know what she deleted. I only know what she deleted from the thing she accidentally showed in her old TikTok of the deleted messages. Amanda, on the other hand, how are you doing, Dream? September 25th. 5th, the next day I replied, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Amanda, the same day, replied, I'm doing okay. Could be better, could be worse. Thank you for asking. Amanda replied, how's your kitty doing? I love cats. I replied and said she's doing amazing. September 28th, so 3 days later, Amanda said, Dream, I need some advice. I'm trying to become a small streamer on Twitch, but not a single person joins my streams. How do I get an audience? October 2nd, so a few days later, I replied and said, try and play with your friends maybe? Post clips to Reddit and stuff. And then she replied and said, okay, thank you, with a heart. The next day she messaged me again and said, Dream, would you ever consider playing Among Us with me? XD. I guess this was during the Among Us craze. We're still in 2020. October 5th, 2020, I replied, maybe, heart. Amanda said, LL, I'll take the maybe. That would be sick. I didn't reply. This is a month and a little bit later. Amanda said, hi, Dream.
And then she sent another message that was deleted after she made the allegations. We don't know what it was. We only know the last couple characters. And again, we only know it exists because she messed up and included it in an old TikTok of hers.
And then I replied and later and said, hi. Amanda said, how are you? November 16th. So that's another few days later. I replied and said, good, good. How about you? She replied and said, I'm pretty good. Thank you. November 30th. So, another 2 weeks later, Amanda said, hi, Dream. I want to actually become a streamer like you and your friends. I'm just so uneducated on what supplies I need. Can you recommend me all the products I need to successfully stream? Like computer, cam, mic, headset, etc.? You have no idea how I would appreciate it. December 5th, 2020. So like a week later, I replied and said, almost everything I have was recommended by Bad Boy Halo. Haha.
Amanda replied, and she sent another message that she deleted after she made the allegations. That again, we won't know what it was.
December 26th, so almost a month later, Amanda sent a video. We don't know what the video was. I don't think it was opened. I don't know, though. I didn't reply. January 5th, Amanda said again, hi, Dream. I just want to say happy late New Year and Merry Christmas. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished this year. I hope I am fortunate enough one day to be as successful as you. If you could tell me what kind of computer you have, that'd be great. January 16th, so 11 days later, I replied, thank you. Amanda replied, deleted message, and then part of it was, how are you? But obviously, I didn't reply. April 13th, so a long time later, Amanda messaged me again and said, hi. I replied, hi. Amanda said, how are you? I said, decent. How are you? She said, I'm all right. Thank you. Then she said, I heard some snippets of the song you're working on, and I really like it. You have a really nice singing voice. I replied on April 14th. Thank you. So that was the next day. She said, you're welcome. And then December 26th, that was like a long time later, she messaged me and said, Merry late Christmas, heart. I didn't reply. January 10th, she messaged me and said, hi, my Snapchat was banned and I have no friends. How are you? I replied 2 days later and said, how TF does a Snapchat get banned? Amanda replied and said, I'm pretty sure it's because I posted videos of me smoking, but all my memories from 2014 are gone. So sad. I replied the next day and said, damn. And then she replied that same day and said, yeah, it sucks. How are your holidays? I replied the next day and said, good, good. How about you? And then Amanda replied that same day and said, pretty good.
You may be wondering at this point, why are you replying to her? You seem clearly disinterested. You're taking days or weeks to reply, and then when you do reply, it's very dry. Well, Instagram has a really stupid feature that makes it so that once you've replied to someone's DMs once, you can't remove their ability to personally message you unless you block them. You cannot be following them. You can delete them from your inbox. They can still message you and pop up in your notifications. I'm showing an example on screen of my DM continuing to pop up on my alt account, just to show how it works. Obviously, given I replied to Amanda back in 2020 when I had a much smaller community, she was stuck in my inbox for the rest of time. You can temporarily delete someone from your inbox, and it deletes all of your message history to them for you, but they can still message you, with now a blank DM history. So at one point, wanting her to stop DMing me, I swiped her out of my inbox multiple times. It's actually completely provable that I did do this. I'm showing a video of my Instagram DMs to Amanda now, where they start in December of 2021, much later than her original DMs. Because you can't delete other people's individual messages and you can only delete entire conversations, this proves 100% that I was trying to delete her ability to message me in 2021. It also shows a problem. The only messages that I can see from Amanda were from December 2021 onward. I had no context or recollection of her original messages to me that made it clear that she was a really big fan. I don't remember everyone that messages me, who they are, where I know them from, so on. She messaged me from her personal Instagram, had no connections to any fan accounts, didn't send me any more fan messages, and she had DM'd me many times talking about content creation and streaming, some of which she deleted. She seemed very normal, friendly, and implied strongly that she was overage. What I thought about her age doesn't matter that much because nothing inappropriate happened, but it does matter to show my mindset because I don't go around befriending underage girls or people that are obsessed with me or my content. To the best of my knowledge, she was neither. Continuing with the transcript, now we get to the very end, which was our first real conversation. This one was about music, which makes sense. It's something I'm really passionate about. At the time, I was working on a song called Trust Issues and some other random music projects, and in the middle of us talking about music, I gave her my Snapchat. I said, add me on Snapchat, and she said, sure thing, just added you. I was sharing music snippets with a bunch of people at the time, and as we were talking about music, I wanted to share them with her. And I'm obviously not going to send snippets of a new song over Instagram. Now, I've pretty much always used Snapchat as one of my main forms of communication. It was actually the first social media I ever got because a friend of mine wanted to start a streak with me, and it's something I started using a lot more when I became faceless on YouTube. Because yeah, stuff is deleted. You don't have to stress over people analyzing or leaking everything you say. And for me, even for something as simple as a picture of my cat, people used to zoom into my cat's eyes to look at the reflection to try and dox me. This was not uncommon at all. So of course I felt much more comfortable using Snapchat during this period, especially with people that I wasn't great friends with, but even with my best friends. Now let's go over her actual claims in detail. Amanda claims that after I added her on Snapchat on January 17th, 2022, that we started sexting. She showed that her birthday, when she would turn 18, is on February 17th, exactly a month later. She claims that we sexted from around the 17th of January, the day I added her on Snapchat, to the 10th of February, and then that it stopped. She said that while she was still underage, we exchanged nudes. Her evidence of this was 2 photos of, supposedly me, from after she was 18, complimenting her. Her final important claim was that she traveled to Orlando in August and that we planned to meet up and have sex. And I just want to make sure that I blatantly deny this before continuing. None of this is true. And now I'm going into more detail. Now, unfortunately, because she didn't provide any proof of these things, it's difficult to be specific about some of the things she claimed. It's much easier to completely make up that something happened than it is to prove that it never did. Like if I said right now, prove to me 100% that you never sexted a specific person that you've had on Snapchat at any point, it would be impossible to do. But what I can do is lay out all the inconsistencies, talk about the proven lies, the specifics, point out questions that were never asked, and provide all of the evidence that I have. And I believe that luckily, that's way more than enough. So first, I want to talk about the timeline. Every contact we've ever had with each other before January 17th is the Instagram DMs, which I just read to you, which are now all public in their entirety in the description of this video, other than the messages that she deleted. She claims that sexting started around January 17th and that sexting stopped February 10th.
So from the 17th to maybe February 10th is the time frame where we were sexting.
So even if we say that it started a couple weeks before it stopped, you'd have to believe that every message you've just seen, we went from that to sexting days later in 2022 before my face reveal. Even if you want to give her the maximum benefit of doubt and say that she confused the timeline, she turned 18 on the 17th, 1 week after she claimed the sexting stopped, so there's not much leeway. Secondly, we can talk about her Twitter. She tweeted out defending me from hate on my face reveal 10 days before the allegations, and was liking my tweets, including a subscriber milestone tweet 2 days before she tweeted her allegations. With the timing of the face reveal and her allegation, my belief is that there was a lot of hate and that it's easy to get spiteful and join in on a hate train. I had ignored multiple of her Instagram DMs and Snapchat messages in recent months, and I had also made a new Snapchat that I didn't add her on. I still used my old Snapchat occasionally, but I just rarely responded. That's my only real explanation for why she flipped so quickly from being publicly positive to me to lying about me, but I guess I'll never really know. Thirdly, the only photos she showed as proof that I groomed her were both pictures from based on her own evidence after she was 18, meaning even if we give her the benefit of doubt and assume everything she's provided is real and truthful, she was 18 when these messages would have been sent, and I had no context to the fact that she was more than a small streamer. But on top of that, I unblocked her Snapchat, went through our Snapchat chats, and couldn't find either of the messages that she was talking about. I also downloaded all of our Snapchat logs using the Snapchat data tool, which she can do as well, and neither of the compliments that she showed were in the logs. Now honestly, this is pretty useless information because there's almost no messages in the logs at all, but it's still extremely weird that she was asked for these logs many times. It takes 5 minutes to download, and she never did it. Probably because it doesn't support what she was saying. On top of those things, from everything she had told me, she was 19, and we had no inappropriate contact. The context of these messages would be a 22-year-old creator calling a 19-year-old streamer gorgeous on a birthday post while giving her a gift card as a birthday present. Finally, she said that we planned to meet up and have sex in August when she was in Orlando.
It was suggested that we meet up and have sex. I was either going to have him come to the resort I was at, or he was going to pick me up and bring him to his house.
First of all, this was before my face reveal. I did not leave my house. I was massively paranoid. I was not meeting up with a random person I had just met 2 months before my face reveal, let alone at a resort, which is what her claim was.
I'm gonna go ahead and play a phone call with my mom just to give you some perspective from before my face reveal.
How many times do you think that I left the house between 2021 and my face reveal?
Wow, I don't know, 3? Maybe 4.
What did I leave the house for whenever I left the house?
Well, I know you went to the dentist 3 times, and then I think one other time was when you had the kidney stones. So
oh yeah, you're at the hospital.
I think those were the only times you left the house, and we were worried because we didn't want you to call 911 because we didn't even know if they would come because of all the fake swattings and everything. So I had to come get you and take you to the hospital. So it was probably 5 times that you left.
Okay, what was the process when we did leave the house? What was the process like?
Crazy. I pulled into the garage, shut the garage door. You would get in the back seat, way back of the van, with a blanket over yourself, and you wouldn't come out from under the blanket until we were on the highway.
I was a little paranoid.
A little bit.
What was the inside of the house like? What precautions did we take?
Oh my gosh, it was like a cave. Every window was covered, even the high windows that were arches. We had to like tape curtains over them so that even a drone wouldn't be able to see in. Everything was covered. Yeah, so we had the banker come to the house because you wouldn't go out of the house, but we needed to set up bank accounts. Whatever it was that needed to happen, we were the ones that did it so that you didn't have to go out.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Again, as you can probably tell, what she claims definitely didn't happen. Either she's telling the truth and her story makes sense, or she's not, and it doesn't. Now, some other stuff to note. After her allegations, she deleted a lot of evidence. She unliked a lot of tweets she had liked. She deleted replies of hers on Twitter and TikTok that hurt her credibility or contradicted what she was saying. She deleted Instagram DMs to me and only got caught because she accidentally showed them in an old TikTok of hers, and that's all completely factual and documented. Later, she was bragging on TikTok, calling people doubting her jealous, saying, "I'm gorgeous and my favorite YouTuber thought so too. It's giving jealous." Not treating the serious situation that she claimed happened seriously at all. People also found old tweets of hers where she was replying very inappropriately to other streamer friends of mine. She was even banned in one of my friend's chats for saying she wanted to sit on his face. These accounts weren't linked to her Instagram, so I would have had no idea about them. She also replied to fans of mine questioning her with slurs. She also said that she was gonna lie and tell me that she was 18, but that she changed her mind, I guess.
So I was going to lie and tell him I was 18.
She said she would provide proof of the fact that she told me she was 17 and that I still sexted her tomorrow.
But I didn't, and that proof will come out tomorrow.
And guess what? She never posted proof, because this never happened. She tweeted out thanking people for all the support and claimed at the end that I deleted our DMs, right as she tweeted this. And specifically said, my end too, which means her DMs too. Well, I just want to point out that this is impossible. There's not a single mainstream social media platform that lets you delete both people's messages. And we only had each other on Instagram and Snapchat, where you can't do that on either. She claimed that she was laughing and was going to prove people wrong with pictures of my penis. To which, again, never happened. Lastly, she tweeted saying that she's getting the law involved and going to the police. Said she's going to put me in jail unless I confess. She said she would provide more evidence. She didn't. She said she would upload her Snapchat logs. She didn't. She said she would sue me. She didn't. And now I'm making this video. She provided absolutely no proof for any of her claims and said that she didn't have any because she wanted her favorite YouTuber to trust her, which could be a completely valid argument, except the pictures that she posted were from a second phone, meaning there was no risk of me knowing. She was taking pictures of compliments from a second phone, but has no evidence of anything sexual, has no evidence of us planning to meet up and have sex, apparently from after these pictures were secretly taken, has no evidence of a singular inappropriate message from me or her, or even anything at all that isn't a story reply from Snapchat's story page of all your friends. What's more likely? She happens to have no evidence of anything she's claiming, even from things she claimed happened after she was taking pictures secretly using a second phone, or she doesn't have any evidence because it didn't happen. She factually deleted and hid messages. She factually lied about me deleting messages that I didn't. She called people doubting her jealous of her, was banned from streamers' chats before this for posting sexual things, and she lied about having specific pieces of evidence that she never provided because they don't exist. If she's willing to factually lie, cover up, and hide things, how can you trust anything else she says as being representative of the truth? Lastly, once again, she said she was going to take legal action. She then tweeted a picture of the inside of a police station and also said she'll come back with more evidence, to be patient, that it's a process, and that it could be days. And that's her last tweet. It's been almost a year and a half now. Obviously, nothing happened. I waited and waited. Then I got impatient, so I asked my legal team to look more into it. They got all of her information, and after filing many requests, they couldn't find anything. So, annoyed and still impatient, I asked them to get more specific. And after a lot of digging, my legal team was able to track down exactly where this picture is from based on the colors of the walls, the cameras, and a plaque outside the door. Then had someone go to the police station and requested specific records from this specific police station, and checked every record they could, criminal and civil.
I didn't find anything under either one of those names.
And there was no information at all. I was not even in their system.
So you're not listed in my system at all.
So if you want to believe everything she said, you have to believe either one of these two things. Either one, she lied, this photo is fake, she never filed anything, and if she's lying about that, why would she not be lying about literally everything else? Or two, the picture is real, and whatever story she told didn't even meet the minimum required standard of proof to file a single piece of paperwork that my legal team could find in over a year and a half. I also sent a photocopy of my driver's license identification to this specific police station, a copy of Amanda's information, and let them know I was happy to answer any questions. To which, again, nothing ever happened. Not a single question, there was not a single case, accusation, or anything substantial enough to even have me in any system. And inevitably, when after this video, she makes another thread or another post reiterating the same lies that she has already said, or promising even more things that she never follows through on, go to the police, or sue me. The standard of proof for you suing me is only proving that it's more likely than not that you're telling the truth. 51%. Come take my money. But she won't.
Because if she does, they're not going to treat it like it's Twitter. She's going to have to address all the lies. She's going to have to address all the inconsistencies. She's going to have to address her weird comments, her false promises, her character, and most importantly, be held accountable in her real life for what she's saying. This isn't online drama. This is real life stuff. There are real victims that have been manipulated, abused, and taken advantage of. Amanda, you are hurting actual victims. You are diminishing the very real trauma that victims of grooming and abuse have gone through. You are making it harder for real victims of abuse to come forward. You are not a victim. You are not doing a good thing. No matter how terrible you think I am, or that the ends justify the means, you are hurting victims. Just in case this video isn't enough for you to realize that, check your mailbox. And that's all I have to say about these allegations. Now, before continuing with other stuff, I want to talk a little bit about what happened after these allegations. After these allegations and after my face reveal, I'll be honest, I lost a lot of motivation. I distanced myself from Minecraft, and I even thought about quitting and retiring. Of course, it was pretty scary, and I just wanted to be able to upload Minecraft videos and have fun with my friends without worrying about people trying to ruin my life or attack my family or make up lies about me. And after all the swatting and doxing and fake allegations, it really just felt not worth it anymore. But also, I had basically been stuck inside for the majority of the last 4 years, so I just thought I'd step back for a little bit. I traveled with my friends, I met a lot of creators for the first time, I worked on music, had my tour, and really just stepped back from my online life. And I feel like during this time, I really disappointed a lot of my friends and their fans as a result. I didn't spend as much time on the finale of the Dream SMP as I should have. I wasn't good at communicating about anything, really, including important stuff for some people. I wasn't very inactive on everything, and I pretty much isolated myself from most creators that weren't in my immediate circle. There was a looming cloud over me, and I felt bad talking to people because I didn't want to bring any negativity towards anyone. Later on, I got pretty insecure about my creator friendships that weren't people that I was super close with before YouTube. And even though everyone that I was friends with was very supportive and had my back and would reassure me privately, I still couldn't help but worry that because there were people online spreading hateful things about me, that it would impact their view of me personally. At one point, I ended up making a massive mess by tweeting publicly about a problem that I had with Quackity because he wasn't replying to me for a while. We had both made translation mods, and people were claiming that we were copying each other. It was just a mess. I was 100% wrong with taking anything public. Anything that can be handled in private should be handled in private, and I've always had that belief. So the way that I handled it was totally screwed up even by my own standards. It was completely driven by fear and insecurity over my friendships, and it was not something that Quackity deserved at all. If Quackity didn't want to reply to me about it or wanted to ignore it, that was entirely within his right to do, especially given the awkward circumstances of everything. I'm extremely proud of everything Quackity has done with his project, the QSMP, and genuinely he did it way better than I ever could have. It's incredible, and everyone really should go check it out. I should have focused completely on the good that came from it all and not let myself get stuck on trying to work something out as friends when he seemed perfectly fine working on his own thing with his own community. Again, there's a lot of things that can explain my mindset, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry to Quackity and his community for creating unnecessary drama, and I hope that people can try and understand my mindset, where I was coming from, and that even if it doesn't seem like it, it's all from a place of love and care for my friends and the community. It was just an emotional time, and I made a mistake. After that, obviously even more time passed, and again, there was nothing new with the allegation. There was no updates. I talked to a lot of people for updated advice, lawyers, PR people, people with experience, and everyone told me that it's in my best interest to stay quiet. As time went on, I disagreed more and more and decided that I was going to respond against their advice. So during a live stream, I mentioned that I was going to respond soon and talked about the allegation a little bit. And of course, after this, clips of what I said were taken out of context. People were spreading far and wide that I admitted to grooming, and a lot of other really impactful lies. And of course, because of this, a lot of people on Twitter took it as an opportunity to joke about me being a pedophile, and one of those people was named Nicholas Cantu. If you don't know who that is, he's the voice actor for Gumball, Diego from Dora, and one of the turtles in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had a terrible experience in real life with this person, so I replied to him talking about it and defending myself, and this situation blew up. I don't think I've ever gotten more hate in my life. September 23rd, I went to a friend of mine's birthday party in Austin, Texas. When I showed up, Nicholas Cantu was there. He was already drunk and was drinking. He was being very aggressive to me throughout the night. I didn't know him. This was my first time ever meeting him, and we were not friends. Eventually, while on FaceTime to show his friends, he hit me out of nowhere. Again, this was my first time ever meeting him. I was there for another hour or so, and then when leaving the party, everyone decided to Uber together because it was late and there wasn't many of us there. Nicholas ended up in the front seat of the Uber that I was in, despite my apprehension. I thought, what's the worst that could happen? It's an Uber ride, and there's other people there, so I wasn't worried. Little did I know, he ended up dropping his phone out of the Uber window in the middle of the highway, and after he got out to look for it, the police showed up and stopped him from looking because it was dangerous and dark. Eventually, the Uber driver convinced Nicholas to leave.
Well, I want to promise you that I'm sober, so if you guys want to conduct a sobriety test. Hey, look, hey, we're about to head out.
And after we left, the Uber driver was trying to give advice to Nicholas on the police, telling him that he could have been arrested, and Nicholas did not like what he had to say.
You're retarded, you're fucking Down syndrome. I don't give a how far did you go in your education? Who cares?
Of course, I started to get involved in arguing with Nick, defending the Uber driver, and Nick did not like that at all.
Either you're gonna be paralyzed or you're gonna be dead.
Huh?
And he was saying this, of course, after he had already assaulted me. While this was all happening, one of the other two people in the car with me that I also just met that night was recording it. He was aware of this, and he was actually the one that asked to be recorded.
Thanks for recording, by the way. How long is it? But yeah, this YouTube video is gonna be nuts. Subscribe to the Camster Network. Tune your sets right there.
The next day, Nicholas sent me a very nice DM saying that he was sorry for hitting me, that he was having a really rough night, that he was high and drunk, and said that he was sorry for spreading false allegations that he knew nothing about, saying that he recognized it could ruin people's lives. Complimented me, called me humble, grounded, and a good human. I didn't accept this apology, but I moved on, and honestly, I felt kind of bad for him. I recognized that he was once a child actor, and I feel like there's a lot of bad stuff in that industry, so I felt a little bit of sympathy. I hoped he would just learn from the mistakes he made that night and move on. But then, of course, Nicholas started tweeting, spreading the same lies about me that he had already apologized for spreading and recognized could ruin people's lives. He was also wishing death upon me publicly in Twitter replies, and that's when I realized it wasn't just one bad night, and people needed to know about this. After I shared my experiences with him, he denied everything. He DM'd me saying I was lying, saying that if there wasn't video proof, it's all lies. He tweeted denying it all, which he deleted. And then he tweeted lying more about the situation, but also admitting to some stuff while he blatantly lied about the fact that he tipped the Uber driver when he didn't. He blatantly lied about me sending unsolicited dick pics to people. He also deleted that tweet almost immediately after. He blatantly lied about the reason he hit me and claimed I called the girl a and got slapped for it, which again was later recanted, but not after seen those lies. Nicholas tried DMing one of the people that was in the Uber that night with us to try and get them on his side as a witness. That caused the person to message me and tell me that they had videos of him being horrible from that night and that they don't like him. I asked them if they'd be willing to send me the video so I could back up my story since he was denying it and lying, and they told me that he was threatening them to make sure they didn't give me the videos. After I ended up finally getting the videos, I posted them. I needed to defend myself against the lies that he was telling and wanted to share the proof. I also posted screenshots of talks between me and the Uber driver, confirming that he had blatantly lied and didn't even tip the Uber driver. After I posted this, Nicholas went silent, deleted his tweets, and hasn't said anything publicly since. People still think that I lied and faked the Uber driver's text, or many other lies that were falsely spread by Nicholas or other people online. So I got in contact with the Uber driver from that night, I interviewed him, and I let him speak for himself to help clear some things up. Hey, what's the worst that can happen? It's an Uber drive. And let me tell you, what's the worst that can happen?
The worst can happen? It happened. Either you're gonna be paralyzed or you're gonna be dead. Like, I'm serious.
Okay, man. What's going on, man?
This is our Uber driver, who happens to be one of the highest rated Uber drivers in all of Texas. He agreed to come share his recollection of what happened, so I'm just gonna let him talk.
When I picked you guys up, you know, he had a lot of energy. He was wild, like putting his head outside filming. The phone dropped out of the car. When the cop showed up, the cop came up to the car at first and was talking to him. And the way that he was speaking to the cop, he was speaking like down on the cop. And I'm like, man, like, you need to be quiet because you're going to go to jail if you keep talking to the cops like that. As soon as I said that, not even 20 seconds, the cop came and he was like, you get out the car, you're going to jail. I'm trying to save you from going to jail because I don't want nobody to go to jail, period. He kept saying something about like IQ, like he felt like he was better. And I was like, nobody cares about your IQ. There's a lot of people with high IQs in jail right now. So what are you going to tell him? You're going to talk to him and say that you're a child star while you're in jail? So I was like, I'm trying to help you out. I don't want you to go to jail, even after you're acting crazy and wild, which most Uber drivers would have left you. You never said anything negative towards him while he was saying all this stuff. Majority of the stuff didn't make it on the tape. I think he was going through a lot of other things besides just being drunk. And the thing is, it doesn't really matter what he was on, what he was going through, the way he was acting, it was unacceptable. 50 or 60%, I may be wrong about the number, but something like that of all violence has alcohol in it. So if that was the case, all these people would be getting away with it. Like y'all kept saying, I'm sorry, like we just met him.
You're gonna be forgotten like the dust in the sand. When you're in the Sahara and there's 100 million, 1,000 billion sand particles, you're gonna be one of those, and I'm gonna be a statue erected in gold.
Yeah, he went all into the Egyptian king and the like. He's real creative.
Yeah, did he ever tip you anything?
No, that was another lie. Well, I don't know why he said that. And you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter about the tip or anything like that. Don't say it if you're not going to do it, and don't say it at all. I wasn't begging you guys for a tip or anything like that. Man, it was an eventful night. I don't know why a lot of people think that you were the one that was doing all these things and making all this stuff up and you wanted to do all this. I was like, he was the one that was trying to stop everything the most.
I posted like literally just like 2 screen caps of text from you, and
everybody was saying they were fake. It was one of the messages where you said like, there needs to be more people like you in the world or something. And they're like, when would somebody ever say that?
Because they didn't experience you in that manner, right?
Yeah.
Those are my real words. And I did feel that way. So I'm letting you guys know right now, all those text messages, that was me saying it. Dream did make the situation better. Everybody coming at Dream, that's not how it went down. It was nothing like that. And now you're telling me how you got hit, and it showed me who you are. The first impression of somebody is a lasting impression. And you were nothing but respectful since you got in the vehicle. And you tried to de-escalate everything that was going on. All the people in the back, Nicholas, if you are listening, really do some deep diving in yourself and figure out what the real issue was. Do a lot of soul searching, because you are intelligent, because I could tell some of your comebacks and what were you saying, but the way you were acting was more of a cry for help. Whatever you're going through, you got to fight and you got to get some help. Don't fight other people, fight what you're going through. At the end of the day, I know we all make bad decisions and we have to learn the lesson from it. And this was just a bad decision that you made, and just learn from it. And all the different YouTubers and all the different people that were commenting about the situation, I do understand the entertainment part of it, right? And it's just seen a lot of memes and everything, but I was reading a lot of comments. He was saying this, or he was saying that, or it doesn't make sense. All that stuff doesn't mean anything if you were not there. It's just speculation. And if somebody older is trying to help you guys out, my advice is for you guys to listen. That's it. That's all you have to do. But you don't have to be negative towards them. And we have to stick together, because there's so many things that keep us apart, right? Just like if you look at it, it's the Dream and the voice for Gumball. How about you and Nicholas have a sit down with me? We talk all the issues and all the problems out, and we can show people how bringing things together from a negative to a positive. And see how that spreads. It's in the universe.
Amazing, man. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on.
I posted a longer version of this interview on my second channel if you'd like more context. We talked for a long time. Now, before I show you the most insane, hair loss inducing mayhem I have ever seen on Twitter that took place after I posted this video of him, I need to reiterate a couple facts. 1, I just met Nicholas. He was already drunk when I met him. 2, the party was not my party. I did not provide alcohol to anyone. 3, I did not know how old Nicholas was. And here's a video of what Nicholas said after I found out his age and critiqued him for drinking in front of the cops.
Why are you a narc pedophile?
4, I was not the one recording, and I only posted the video because he was lying and saying unless there's video proof, it didn't happen. So yeah, now that that's clarified, enjoy.
Oh my god.
As you can see, it got insane. Tweets doxing me and my friends and family got tens of thousands of likes. I have never seen that in my life. So I just want to talk very briefly about how serious doxing and swatting can be. It's a common thing for people to say that I don't think doxing is serious. In a clip that got a lot of attention from a stream of mine a while ago, I said that if you have 7 followers on Twitter, you shouldn't stress over being doxed. I don't stand by that, and I didn't mean to minimize doxing at all. I had just said before that if you dox people, you are not a part of my community, that I don't support you, and that it's disgusting. It can happen to anyone, and it can be serious to anyone. I was just trying to make the point that it's less likely to happen to somebody that's smaller, because people have less reasons to target them.
them, and that if they were targeted, they had less reason to actually follow through on anything. But it's just not something that I should have said or something I should have explained, as it made it seem like I was supporting doxing when I just wasn't at all. I have always said that doxing is extremely serious, swatting is extremely serious, and I don't think people even realize how serious. It's not just, haha, funny, send a pizza to someone's house. It's attempted identity theft for my family members and friends, credit cards being signed up for in people's names, fans or people who dislike you showing up at your house or your family's house to try and break in, trackers being put on your family members' cars, people showing up at your little sister's job, SWAT teams being called to you in your family members' houses, bomb threats and the FBI having to make sure you're okay, people calling your 80-year-old grandma pretending to be you and terrorizing her. That's all stuff that has happened to me, my family, and my friends. They're not hypotheticals. This isn't just that you don't like Dream. It's not just me whose life you're putting at risk and who you're harassing. You're going after an 80-year-old woman who has done nothing to you. It's not just me you're hurting when you make up lies or spread horrible things. It's the 50 employees I have, who also have families and lives. It's all of my friends and anyone that's ever been associated with me. It's my family, my grandparents, and most importantly, actual victims who have gone through traumatic things. And that's not even talking about the stuff that hasn't happened to me, but has happened to other people. Pets and people being shot by police officers during swattings. People breaking in with a gun to kill a YouTuber they don't like. It's incredibly serious, and it's not okay. That wasn't even the end of the craziness, though. That was the beginning. Because then, during the midst of all the Nicholas drama, someone tweeted out this, accusing me of sexting a 16/17-year-old girl named Jamie. Because I was currently the internet punching bag, and it was proof that the punching was justifiable, it was spread very quickly, without a lot of questions being asked. Before I break it down, I want to immediately say that this is not true. I did not groom anyone, I did not groom Jamie, and I would never be inappropriate with someone underage. When they posted this allegation, attached was a video. That, of course, went viral. It was a video from another phone of a Snapchat being opened, supposedly from Dream, that had moaning in the background and a very sexual caption. This...
आवाज केटो त हरायो त ठक्को ठाउँ यो आवाज के गरेर आऊ दुरा
दर गान्दैछु लेके दिस्कातेको म युट्युबर
आवाज हरायो कि
आवाज हरायो
अँ
आवाज भग्न गयो ल आवाज
केटो ठक्को ठाउँ हरायो कि
भग्न गयो
ब्रो के हो कफी बनाउनु गयो क्या 9:30 बजे
9 बजेको कफी खान्छ यार छ्या कफी खान न धेरै मन लाग्छ ज्यान दुख्छ
उसको खान्छ नि म भर्खर तिमीले त्यही भनेर बेला म सिप हान्न थिएँ कफीको
अनि साँच्चै कफी खान पानी हटाऊ कफी खाने
किन हौ
किन राम्रो हुँदैन नि कफी स्ट्रेट भन्नुपर्छ
कफी इज लोप ओए बत्ती गयो क्या यसको ए मलाई कलमा पो गाह्रेछ हावा मलाई त कहाँ हराएछ भन्था नि brother thus ditched us out of nowhere
त्यो ड्रिम को के भएको र के भएको
पख म स्क्रिन शेयर गर्छु पख म स्क्रिन शेयर गर्छु कता पुगे थिए हामी
मैले कन्टेक्स्ट बुझेँ छैन भएको के हो उबर ड्राइभर के थियो र
ए आवाज पक्कै त्यहाँ कृतिका कल आएर गयो
कुन चाहिँ वाला भिडियो हो
द ट्रुथ भन्ने
ए द ट्रुथ भन्ने हो भइरहेछ स्क्रिन शेयर
1 घण्टाको भिडियो के हेर्ने यार
1 घण्टाको भिडियो हैन हामी कहाँ पुगे थियो
म एक्सक्युसी को देखेर लास्ट साइकल आएको थियो
भएको चाहिँ के गर्दै
ए ड्रीममा सबै एलिगेसनहरु राखेको त्यसले प्रुफ देखाउन खोजेको के मैले ड्रीमलाई पेडोफाइल त्यस्तै भन्नु न के त्यस्तै भनेको के सेकेन्ड लास्ट त्यसले एकचोटि एक्सक्युज दिँदा
हामी यहाँ पुगे थियो कि अघि
रुक एक्चुअली एक्सक्युसीको मात्रै हेर अरु आवाज आएछ हेर
एक्सक्युसी कहाँ छ एक्सक्युसी यो हो
Won't be that way for long. Okay, XQC. I know you're probably watching this. I want you to address this. What do you have to say for yourself? It's irrefutable proof. Look, here it is on a second phone. Prove to me you didn't send me this video. Or you're a pervert. Forever. And everyone watching this will now know it. Or Pokimane. You've been getting some hate for your cookie prices recently. And I don't mean to expose you, but you did say this to me. And I think that's disgusting. What do you have to say for yourself? What more proof do you need? I also have the cookies she sent me. And a signed note from her. This is...
Bro.
In this video, I'm going to be very vulnerable, open, and won't be that way for
Wrong
long.
button.
Okay, XQC. I know you're probably watching this. I want you to address this. What do you have to say for yourself? It's
can't stop
proof.
thinking about
Look,
you, bud.
Here it is on a second phone.
एक्सक्युसी हैन जस्तो लाग्यो त
Prove to me you didn't send me this video.
Did you एक्सक्युसी को साउन्ड हो त
Or you're a pervert.
के रे
Forever.
To
And
XQC
everyone watching
के
this will now
XQC के
know.
साउन्ड हो
Or
के
Pokimane.
मतलब
You've
के
been getting some
नगर्ने
hate for your cookie prices recently, and I don't mean to expose you.
पज गर त those stupid cookies I baked and
There's some I repackaged and same like 10 extra price, but my fans are stupid access, so they'll buy them anyway. They taste pretty good. At least time to get a stupid girls and यो त साँच्चै हो हैन जस्तो लाग्यो
हैन यार कहाँ हुन्छ यार यो
त्यही त हुने होइन त्यही त मस्तै गान साइको भयो फिलिक्स
disgusting.
एक्सेस त त्यो साइको भयो त पोकिमेनले स्ट्रिममा त बाउलाउँछ त हेर्दा
And a signed note from her. This is irrefutable evidence. You get the point. I made all of those pieces of evidence in 10 minutes with only free programs. What's stopping anyone from going and making a fresh account, faking evidence, and then accusing a person they hate of something vile? Be careful what you believe and ask questions. Believing real victims is important, but not believing fake victims is very important to real victims too. As for my conclusion on this video, I have a couple things to say. First of all, I just want to recognize that I'm in this position because of myself. People that made these claims undoubtedly had unhealthy parasocial relationships with me, and that's why it's gotten to this point. I want to and will do anything I can to denounce this. My view on fans has shifted slowly over time, jumping massively when I face revealed and actually got to meet fans in person, which made things much more real and massively changed my perspective. I think it's incredibly unhealthy to be obsessive with someone, and I also think it's clear to anyone that's stepping back and looking at these situations that people obsessively hate me and are making up lies about me, which is
that's
also
what you
because of
like.
Parasocialness, parasocial love.
That's the dream you have.
And I have no doubt that the anonymous people making these fake allegations were once big fans of mine. I grew up being a massive fan of football, and I had jerseys of my favorite players and was very passionate. So I've always related to scams in that way.
फुटबललाई फुटबल भनेको के फुटबल रग्बीलाई फुटबल भनेकोले
even sometimes when people were literally telling me. I think that part of why I'm in the position that I'm in right now is because I started pulling away from my fans after my face reveal. Meeting fans in person made things much more real, and I wasn't so chronically online anymore because I actually had real life. and things to do. I think that the fact that I'm a very relaxed person overall that has relaxed boundaries has encouraged that type of behavior too. So I'm just going to re-clarify some of my boundaries. One, I don't support any sexually explicit art of me or my friends. It never bothered me personally that much because I don't really care about anything, but it is just weird, especially if you're a minor and drawing anything like that. That's gross. I don't support anything inappropriate for minors at all. Art, TikToks, comments, anything. It's gross. 2, serious shipping is bad. I think that prying into people's private relationships, being deeply speculative or anything like that is terrible. I don't mind jokes. I don't mind doing it for fun, but anything serious really crosses the line. Again, I've always found it funny being shipped with George because we're not dating and we're friends. But if you genuinely think that we are dating and it's part of your personality or you obsess over it, you need to get off the internet. That is not healthy. I'm sure I'll make more clarifications in the future, but I just don't want anything weird. Don't obsess over me or my friends. I deleted a video called Stands on my second channel that I made a while ago that I don't necessarily view the same way now. That doesn't mean that I don't appreciate you as a fan, but again, just be normal. Be the passionate fan, not the stalker obsessive fan. I've already had people with access to all of my accounts for a long time, but I will be slightly changing how I use my accounts now. At the end of the day, I do just want to make Minecraft content and have fun with my friends. That's it. That's all. Because of that, I've been a bit of a detriment to myself by arguing on Twitter or getting into petty drama that I don't need to. So because of that, I'm just not going to be using Twitter anymore. I'm going to have someone run my Twitter and post tweets promoting my content. I'll still tweet non-promotional stuff, just with it being positive only and going through multiple people. And I don't want anyone that's a fan of mine to take anything super negative away from this video or think about things in a really sad way. I want to be positive, and that's one of my favorite things about having a community at all, spreading positivity and love. So try and be positive. Say something nice today. Do something nice today. I don't want to keep letting this cloud loom over my head though, so I'm just going to move on. I don't plan on making any more statements, and I don't plan on talking about this anymore. This is it. I just want to focus on making the best content that I can. So that's what I'm going to do. I have tons of Minecraft content that I've been working on, and I'm super excited to put it out there. Pretty crazy. And I've been working on some stuff for over a year now. I don't want to throw the excitement away. And again, this was by far the biggest reason for my inactivity. So Minecraft Dream will be coming back full force, stepping away from Twitter, and just focusing on putting out awesome Minecraft videos like I used to do. So yeah, I appreciate everyone that watched this video all the way through. I'm sure it was a roller coaster. There's tons of links and information as well in the description. I also posted multiple videos on my second channel. See you guys soon. In this video, I'm going to be very vulnerable.
के गर्ने त केटा हो
आवाज त धोका दिए क्या रे अब
आवाज आउँछ होला एकछिनपछि त्यसलाई टेक्स्ट गर न
जाम के मोबाइल चाहिँ खेल्न
यस्तो गर नि त न त तिमीहरु एक गेम भ्यालेन्ट हान्न म आउँछु एकछिनमा
गेम भ्यालेन्ट हान्न को तिमीहरु
तिमी फेक अनि ससङ भाइ के रे 3 स्ट्याक
Valorant? Did you just say Valorant?
Yes, brother.
Random से खेल्ने मजा लाग्दैन के फेरि दोतीहरु
त्यही हो बरु म फोर्टनाइट खेल्छु एक्लै
फर्टनाइट आफूले गल्ती गरे मान्न त पाउँछ भ्यालेन्टमा अरूलाई गल्ती भने पनि कन्डो जस्तै चुप्रे माकेछु भन्छ नि छुटिहाल्छ पछाडि
घर खोजी खोजी गरेर पिडिनु जस्तो लाग्छ
बरु माइनक्राफ्ट खेला म
सर्भर रन हान्दिम क्या हो
हान्दियो
भाइले भिलेजरहरु तल सारौँ भनेको अस्ति नाइ भन्दा त्यो दिनदेखि मैले क्विट हान्दियो
यस्तो गर नि त दुरा आवाज आउँछ अनि 5 स्ट्याक हान्दिम त त्यति बेलासम्म माइनक्राफ्ट हान्नुम त
माइनक्राफ्ट
दुरा कहाँ माइनक्राफ्ट हान्छ
हैन उन फेक र ससँग हान्छ म अहिले एकछिनमा आउँछु के रे ना के थियो रे त्यो माइनक्राफ्टको त्यो के रे
मोलिजनको फेरि अपडेट आएछ चार्ट
रुको मै हान्दिन्छु
मैले पाइसक्यो
खोलिसक्यो मैले
जिंगल बालेवा जिंगल होल बालेवा
स्टार्ट भइराछ
लेके भगवा होल बारेवा
ससँग स्क्रिन शेयर गर न माइनक्राफ्ट
बोले हैन
के तिमी म्युट बसेर ए बुझ्छ बोल्न अरे
हैन यसो टोइलेट गरौ
के बस्न चाहिँ के कलमै बस्छौ
अब म डिस्कर्डमै हुन्छु त्यो स्क्रिन शेयर यसो हेरेर हेर्दै राखौं भनेर अनि म फोनबाट यसो
सुतेर आउन
हेर्छु हैन म वाशरुम गएर आउँछु
वाशरुम जानलाई किन स्क्रिन शेयर चाहियो
हैन न मुला म यसो फोनमा युट्युब हेर्दै बस्छु के युट्युबबाट लाइभमा छु नि त
मोन्टा लग न मोन्टा छ त
लग मोन्टर हो
दुईटा मोन्टा छ एउटा मोन्टा कति नै के भयो गएर
कहाँ छ दुईटा मोन्टर एउटा मोन्टर छ मसँग अहिले अर्को मोनिटर बिग्रियो
टिभी छ त
टिभी बोकेर म जान्छु हो ठुलो कुरा गर्छ केटा
टिभी बोक्ने होइन क्या टिभी त्यो पिन टोइलेटमा पिनले हाम्रो लग पिनले हाम्रो ठोकिदियो अनि टेबल टिभी त्यहाँ लगाइदियो क्या इजी
इन्टरटेनमेन्ट हो
इन्टरटेनमेन्ट
पुरो अनि अझ वायरलेस माउस र वायरलेस किबोर्ड लग्ने हैन
ओल्ड रे इनकम्फर्टेबल आई
जिंगल बालेवा
तिमीले माइनक्राफ्टबाट स्क्रिन शेयर गरे है
हैन हुँदैन मेरो माइनक्राफ्टबाट स्क्रिन शेयर हुन्छ तर खै के गराउनु पर्छ
गाडी लेके भगवा जिंगल बालेवा जिंगल बालेवा जिंगल बालेवा जिंगल बालेवा
बाबाम भयो
के भएन
भयो पक्कामा आउँछ त एकछिनमा
नेपाल दाइ त यो काम गरिरह त
के आई सी
फेरि दाइ
By Minecraft, that's right.
Everybody. Rumors spreading this earth guy.
केटा हुने खेल लाडो छ हिजो मेरो एक्जाम भएको बेलामा चाहिँ रातभरि गेम खेलेछ है म चाहिँ आज यसमा आइजन्दा खेलौँ भनेको मलाई कन्डो जस्तो कराउँछ फेरि सुत्दा नि लास्ट लाडो छ साथीहरू नि फर्स्ट बिङ पन्जाबी भाइ तिमी पन्जाबी होइन जाँडहरूले बुझी
ए साँच्ची भाइ आइरन बन्नै आइरन के छैन बन्नै हाल्नु त नयाँ त्यो सब भत्काइदेऊ त नयाँ आइरन फार्म चाहिँ यो भएन नेपाल दोषले के गर्दै गर्दै नभनौँ भन्छ रिस मात्र उठाउँछ फेरि अब नेपालले तिमीलाई थर्काएर कहिल्यै बिर्सिँदैन सत्सङ भाइ क्याट दिँदा अस्तिकै तिमी त्यो गोलीले मारेको थियो त्यो ट्यापमा फसेर क्या गोली मारेर नेपाल भाइ तिमी किन हेर्नु भनेर दिन्छ नेपाललाई छोडेर जानै पर्छ
कता
युएस तिर नि भनेको मिलेछ हैन त
एकदम मिलेछ एकदम
सिधै गरे भाइ
नो पन इन्टेन्डेड
पर्सि केको छुट्टी दुराको
मेरो हाम्रो क्लास हुँदैन अब फ्राइडे एउटा लास्ट 3 बजे क्लास हुन्थ्यो होइन अनि सरले लाइक सरले झालेकै पढाउनु 3 बजे आएर अन्तिम आएर दिउँसोतिर नि झाला सरले नि म साथ दिन्छु भयो भने सर दिन्छु भन्यो थर्सडे थर्सडे नै हाम्रो एउटा क्लास हुन्थ्यो अनि थर्सडे एउटा क्लास पछि ठ्याक्कै त्यसो क्लास गरिदियो अनि फ्राइडे चाहिँ कुनै क्लास नै गरेन
दुराले गर्लफ्रेन्ड पाइहाल्नु नि
वाट गर्लफ्रेन्ड कसै भयो
घुम घुम घुम
आज पेट्रोल सकेर कस्तो दुःख भएको यार
पेट्रोल छिट्यो भने त
के भगवान
ग्यास बाइक ग्यासमा चल्छ हैन
चल्दैन कहाँ
हो
चल्छ
किन
के सिलिन्डर लिएर हिँड्ने
हैन पादमा
Alright.
मिलाउनु पर्यो क्या चिबुको एन्सर कस्तो खतरा थियो त म पादेर टायरै भरिदिन्छु भन्छ चिबी
Alright. सुनिरहला जिबी त अर्को कुरामा
चिबी टोइलेटमा पाद्दै दिएर को ल्यापटप छ यार यो FOB कहाँबाट मिलाउँथ्यो
using your female avatar no reason in particular. I see. Because of a kink.
FOB कहाँबाट चेन्ज गर्थ्यो
अप्सनबाट त्यो अप्सन हुन्छ माथि नै
रोमा राख्दिनु पर्यो घटोस् FPS यो सबै आइरन गोलेमहरुको म्याक
आइरन गरौँ भने लास्ट ल्याङ हानिरहेछ कि झ्याप्पै त्यो स्पन भइरहेछ क्या
त्यही ऐसे बाबु यो आइरन गोले मलाई जता चाहिन्छ नि त्यता चाहिँ आकै छैन क्या ओ सर्भर त लास्ट लागेछ त उसो भाइ कसरी मिलाउनु त यो आइरन भयो यहाँ त मरिगयो नि के हुनु नेपाल दोस्ले पुरै विरोध पार्दैछ
इन्च्यान्ट हानिहाल्छु
के इन्च्यान्ट हानेको है
पिक्याक्स
डायमन्ड पिक्याक्समा थियो
बल्ल भयो डायमन्ड पिक्याक्स एउटा
डायमन्ड पिक्याक्स र डायमन्ड एक्स्ट्रा बनाएर चाहिँ त्यो गरिरहनु पर्यो यार बरु
मेन्डिङ निकाल्ने हो के भिलेजरबाट अब
त्यही गरौँ भएन धेरै डायमन्ड सक्यो यार
अब दाइ रोक्नु है त के गर भन्दाखेरि के गरौँ भन्ने दिमागै चलेन यार मेरो म यस्तो गर्न लाग्छ पहिला खै दाजुगा
यस्तै हो दुराले हामीलाई हेपेको क्या भाइ
दा अब लाइब्रेरी बनाम हो दाइ लाइब्रेरी बनाम के अब
हुन्छ
यस्तो जाम त माथि आउँछ अब बरु महँगोमै लिने होइन तर बनाएर राख्नु पर्यो अहिले चाहिँ त्यो अब त्यो जम्बीले बनाएर त्यो डिस्काउन्ट गर्दैसम्म बुढो भइन्छ हामी
मनी इन्चेन्ट हान्नु पर्यो एकछिनको लागि
कतिले
इन्चेन्टमेन्ट बोक्छ म 29 लेभलमा हर्किरहेको छु
30 लेभल गरौँ न लास्टको इन्चेन्ट हान्नु न बरु
म लेभल बढिसकेको थिएँ होइन मैले त्यो आइरन त्यो के अरे कुन इन्चेन्ट गरेको पिकेक्सलाई फेरि त्यो बढाएको थिएँ होइन त्यो भयो क्या त्यसपछि फेरि लेभलै घट्यो मेरो रुक है अब यिनीहरूलाई मेट चिकनहरूलाई मेट गराएर भयो नि लिभरको बनाउँछ Oh my god, meaty time. लेभल 30 पुगेपछि कस्तो हुन्छ भाइ
लेभल 30 चाहिँ लास्ट पर्सेन्ट पाइन्छ के धेरै राम्रो वाला
पुग्यो लेभल 30
त्यो हान्नु त लास्ट दिन्छ नि के हान्ला पिक्याक्स
पिक्याक्स पनि एक्स पनि हान्नु कि नहान्नु
पिक्याक्स हानेपछि चाहिँ फेरि लेभल घट्छ नि त दाइ 2 लेभल हो कति लेभल घट्छ
किन इन्चेन्ट हान्स लेभल घट्छ
त्यो रिक्वायरमेन्टै त्यही हो के ल्यापिस लजुरी र इन्चेन्ट चाहिने हो 30 लेभल चाहिँ रिक्वायरमेन्ट हो अनि लेभल घट्ने चाहिँ 2 लेभल हो क्या त्यो गेमको डिजाइनै त्यही हो
ल्यापिसै ल्याएन मैले ठुक्क बिर्स कतिवटा ल्यापिस लाग्छ
त्यही 3टा हो कतिवटा
एक्स भनेपछि एकछिन नगर्नु पर्यो ओइ ढोका मार त भाइ
के पाउनु हो
मैले 1.2 अट्याक स्पिड 5 अट्याक गेम एफिसिएन्सी 4
अनि अरु केही छैन
छैन
हजुर पनि अनलकी हुनु भयो म नि अनलकी भए नत्र अरु पनि पाउँथ्यो के फर्चुन पनि एक्स्ट्रा दिन्थ्यो
अरु पिक्याक्सहरु बनाएर गरौँ न यिनीहरुलाई रिपेयर गरेको झन् बेसी डायमन्ड लाग्छ हैन
अब मेन्डिङ गर्ने हो के मेन्डिङ भिलेजरबाट
कति लाग्ला
मेन्डिङ भनेको यस्तो हो के मेन्डिङ भनेको चाहिँ हजुर एक्सपी पाउनुहुन्छ नि त्यसले आफै रिपेयर हुन्छ के
म धेरै थाहा छैन मैले धेरै खेलेकै छैन त्यस्तो भित्र गरे के गर्नु छैन भिलेजर साथमा
तल जाने कता थियो अरे हाम्रो
त्यो सुगर केन फिल्डको तल थियो त्यो चाहिँ छ म सुगर केन फिल्ड कता छ हामी
ए यहाँ छ यहाँ
पानी रुक है यही सार्दिम होला यहाँनिर माथि हाम्रै माथि
फुटाइदिउँ त्यो
डायमन्ड पिकेक्स नचला मैले लागि मेन्डिङ बेड यहाँ छ यही माथि हो रुक बेडहरु लिएर आउँछु म छुट्टै बेडहरु लिएर आइदिन्छु नि त बेडहरु किलामा
यस्तो गरौँ रुक्नु न
फल ड्यामेज खादैन साच्चै पानी राख्दिरा
हैन यस्तो गर्ने अनि त यस्तो बनाइदिनु हैन
कसरी ड्यामेज छ
देखै अनि त एकचोटी अनि बेड ल्याएर तल राख्दिने यिनीहरु आफै तल आउँछ नि
त्यो ल्याइराख्नु पर्दैन कि ब्रेडहरु मेरो क्यारेक्टर ग्लिच छ यो हाम्रोमा ठ्याक्क माथि हैन
ए अझै भएन यताबाट ल्याउनु पर्यो यिनीहरु पहिल्यै जम्प हान्छ जस्तो छ उ आयो
ओ बिचारा माछाने भागिरहेछ को आएको बिसीमा आएर भएको
हैन म आएको म गथे एकछिन
सेक्सीनेस इज एभ्रीवेयर हैन त दुरा आउनु मिल्दैन भाइ ऊ तल जा माथि भाग्ने भयो ओ शिट राति भएर होला सबजना सुत्नु थाल्यो
अब तल ल्याएर राख्दिनु
कस्तो तल गिद्दी धेरै टाउको ठुकिरहेको हुन्छ
उजले बेड बेड
बिचराहरूले यिनीहरूले फल ड्यामेज खान्छ भयो यार बेड नपुग्यो
होइन
मलाई भनेको जस्तो लाग्थ्यो
हाम्रो बोटरहरूलाई के गर्नु त एकछिन रुपैयाँ तल जानु त यिनीहरूलाई
छ बेड पुग्छ अब यता हाल्दिनु त
जा एउटा
कतिवटा भयो 1
अझै
2 3
अझै एउटा छ
7 8 9 10 11
अनि त्यो हाम्रो त्यो फार्ममा भएकोहरूलाई चाहिँ
यस्तो त अब भयो मर्छ अब हामीलाई चाहिँदैन
यत्तिकै हान्ने त फेरि हुँदैन ओ शिट
त्यो पुरिदिनु चाहिँ म यहाँ चाहिँ पुरिदिन्छु माथि पुरिदिनु
ल यिनीहरूको माथि सिसा चाहिँ राखिदिइरहनु पर्छ
पानी पुरिदिनु पर्यो
गोलेमहरू जहाँ पाइ त्यही स्पाम भएको रहेछ जम्बीलाई चाहिँ राखौँ भन्दा बरु भाइ यहाँ तल भएको यिनीहरूलाई जम्बी भिडियो बनाइदिनु तपाईँ
अहिले नबनाउँदै हुन्छ अहिले चाहिँ यतिकै हामीले निकालौँ होइन त्यहाँबाट तिनीहरूसँग
ओ बुई सट्टो गइतिर के हुन्छ यो गेम वाउ डोन्ट डू दिस टु मी ब्रो
अब भनेको
स्केलेटनको आवाज कहाँबाट आइरहेछ
भिलेजरको
स्केलेटनको जाउँ भाइ सुत्दिहालौँ तिमीसँग हान्नु त म सुतिरहेको छु भयो भयो
भनेको दाइ सधैँ इरिटेटिङ काम
कुन काम तिमीलाई खाँदैन मैले खाना खाएको देखेँ
अहिले त खास छैन त्यस्तो खास
इन्डरम्यान रहेछ
के बनाउँछु भने तल जानको लागि एउटा बनाउँछु
आइरन फार्म बरु स्काई बेसमा बनाइदिउँ
मलाई आउँछ के त्यो
ओ माय गॉड
मैले भनेको वाला बनाउनु पर्ने के त्यति बेला
त्यो त नेपालको गएन यो जम
के अरे त्यसलाई के भन्छ अरे लाइब्रेरीले युज ए यसरी बनाउँछ नि साँच्चै यस्तो गर्ने त्यसको लागि त स्ल्याब चाहिन्छ आउनु दाइ यो लिनु त दाइ यो लिनु है उठाउनु त अब के गर्यो भन्दाखेरि भिलेजरले हाल्ने हजुरले चाहिँ अब बेन्डिङ ननिकाल्दासम्म फुटाल्ने हाल्ने गर्नु क्या दाइ
एक्स्ट्राहरु म उताहरु देखाउनु
ल तल जानको लागि बाटो पनि एउटा बनाइराख्नु पर्यो
उनीहरूले खोज्नु अहिलेको लागि सिधै तल जानु ओ सिट म यहाँ झरे म
कता भयो हाम्रो भिलेजरको घर
आवाज सुन्दै ल भेट्यो मैले भेट्यो प्लेस गर्ने अनि कोही आफै इन्टरेक्ट गर्छ कि म त भिलेजरलाई
आफै उस गर्छ आफै जब लिन्छ के
राख्दैछु एकजना आयो को हो
आयो अब यसलाई लेफ्ट क्लिक हान्नु त ए राइट क्लिक
हाने त
त्यो छैन नि हैन अझै फुटाउनु फेरि हाल्नु
ए बुझ्यो मेन्डिङको लागि के आउँछ
मेन्डिङ भनेर आउँछ मेन्डिङको लागि बुक आउँछ के जस्तो यसले डेप्थ स्ट्राइडर दियो नि गर्नु त
यो काम छैन है
त फुटाइदिनु हो त मैले चाहिँ एफिसिएन्सी 5 निकाल्छु हल्ले चाहिँ मेन्डिङ निकाल्ने अनि हल्ले एफिसिएन्सी पाए नि छोड्दिनु फेरि कुन पाछ भन्नु मलाई है
ओके अघि के वाला तिरा छ कोही आएन त मेरोमा त बिल्ला आको भाइ
पावर 3 दियो
के लेखे दिए बेन अफ आर्ट टोट्स
त्यो फुटाइदिनु पावर 3 नै दिन्छ त कस्तो ल्याग हो
यस माय बडी पियर्सिङ 3 दियो
त्यो काम छैन फर्च्युन एफिसिएन्सी प्रोटेक्सन मेन्डिङ त्यति अलि ख्याल राख्नु
रेस्पिरेसन
त्यो सास प्रश्वासको फायर एस्पेक्ट चाहिँदैन
केही दिएन
अनब्रेकिङ पनि दाइ अनब्रेकिङ 3 मैक्स इंसान नहीं दाइ
मेरोमा त इन्साइट पनि देखाउन छोड्यो
प्रोटेक्सन 3 चाहिँ पाए प्रोटेक्सन 4 भएको दिन चाहिँ
प्रोजेक्टाइल प्रोटेक्सन के भन्छ
प्रोजेक्टाइल प्रोटेक्सन भनेको चाहिँ दाइ उसो
कर्स अफ भ्यानिसिङ
दाइ त्यो त
के हो यस्तो जेप फाइट के देखिरहेको छु यार म भाइले म बरु बुक सेल 10-12 वटा लिदिम सबैजना फायर रेस्पेक्ट
राख्दिउँ न त है साँच्ची 3-4 तर कुनले कुन दिएको थाहा हुँदैन क्या दाइ फेरि झुक्केर त फेरि
ए साँच्ची सबै फुटाउ अहिलेको लागि सबै फुटाउ कुना कुनामा चिन्ने गरेर राख्दिउँ अनि माथि बोर्ड राख्दिउँ न कुनै मेन्टिङ कुनै इन्चेन्टेड भनेर
त्यो मिलाएर राख्ने हो क्याप्चर गरेर राख्ने हो कि अनि नाम लेखेर राख्ने हो कसले कुन दिन्छ भनेर एकचोटि इन्च्यान्ट भएपछि चाहिँ फुट्दैन सिल्क टच पछि चाहिन्छ सिल्क टच चाहिँदैन सिल्क टच राम्रै हो सस्तोमा दिएको थियो फेदर फलिङ दियो दाइ
चेनलर हो र भने
दाइ च्यानलिङ पछि यस्तो मजा आउँछ नि तर ट्राइडेन्ट पायो भने दाइ च्यानलिङले पानी परेको बेलामा थन्डर हानिदिन्छ
यहाँ भिलेजर कामै छैन क्या उताको पनि भिलेजर ल्याउनु पर्छ क्या हो भाइ
हैन
डेट राइडर एउटै परिरहेछ त्यो यार भिलेजरै पुगेन क्या होइन मेट हान्ने बेला
खै त लिँदैन त के हो
इग्नोर हानिदिन्छ त यार
आया
लक अफ द सी ठुक्क एमरल्ड चाहिने रहेछ नि त फेरि
एमरल्ड चाहिन्छ एमरल्ड पाउन त्यस्तो गाह्रो छैन हो दाइ
स्माइट लेभल 3 काम छैन
छैन शार्पनेस हुन्थ्यो
इन्चेन्टै नभएको खातेहरू पर्छ त यार यहाँ भिलेजरहरू राम्रो पऱ्यो नि जस्तो
होइन दाइ त्यो लकमा हो
प्रोटेक्सन 1
कस्तो ल्याग भएको सर्भर अहिले
सर्भर ल्यागी चाहिँ छ झन् हामी दिनु मात्र वाउ बुक सेल्फमाथि चढ्ने चाहिँ रे बल्ल भन्नु ठुक्क होइन यसलाई त म मार्नु लुटिङ 3 काम छ र
लुटिङ 3
तिम भन नभए यो छोडिदिइरहन्छु मैले
फेरि जान सक्छ के इन्चेन्ट दाइ लुटिङ 3 अहिले काम लाग्दैन होला छोड्दैन लुटिङ 3 भनेको चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि जस्तो हामीले एक्समा लगाउने उसमा लगाउने हो के सर्डमा त मबहरूले धेरै सामान दिने हो क्या अहिले काम छैन त फर्च्युन 2 पाएँ मैले तर सी चाहिन्थ्यो 12 चाहिँ 24 हुँदैन
24 एमरल्ड
होइन दाइ छोड्दैन 12 एमरल्डको फर्च्युन 2 थियो 3 बनाउन 24
पावर 3 के गर्ने
नै पावर 3 बोमा लाग्छ पावर 5 सम्म हुन्छ
फायर प्रोटेक्सन
फेदर फलिङ 4 यो राम्रो हुन सक्छ दाइ फेदर फलिङ 4 14 एमरल्डमा राख्ने कि नराख्ने यार
कैद गरेर राखिराख न भाइ कैद गरेर छुट्टा छुट्टै बेड देऊ
रोक्ने
अबे मेरोमा त इन्सेन्टिभ नदिनै पर्छ त यार भाइ
के चाहिन्छ
फेदर फलिङ 2 रे सबतिर आवाज मात्र झर्ने रहेछ राति भएछ भाइ सुत्यो यार यिनीहरू दुईटा बेड हामीलाई नि पुग्छ होला सुत्दिन ल यु क्यान ओन्ली स्लिप एट नाइट स्क्यामर बेड भत्काउने बेला आयो क्या हो सुत भाइ
ओके
के गर्ने फेदर फलिङ राख्ने कि नराख्ने
त्यही कन्फ्युजनमा पऱ्यो क्या दाइ
राख्दियो बाले भने भिलेजर बढाउँदै जाने हो राख्दियो पहिलाको लागि पछिको लागि भनेर पनि तर राख्दै चाहिँ राख्नु क्या पर्यो अहिले नै पछिको लागि रेडी भएर बस्थ्यौँ न त फेदर अभी सबले फेदर फलिङ दिइरहेको थियो यार
हेत्तेरिका मैले बिर्सेँ के यो केले गर्थ्यो भनेर यसको नाम के हो प्लेचिङ टेबल ए त्यसको लागि उस चाहिन्छ
शार्पनेस 2 काम छैन है
अह दासँग ग्राभेल छ
छै के फ्लिन्ट चाहियो फ्लिन्ट एन्ड स्टिल चाहियो
होइन फ्लिन्टै चाहिएको
फ्लिन्ट छैन यार फ्लिन्ट एन्ड स्टिल मात्र छ फेदर फलिङ फोनै भयो यो त अरू पनि राख्दियो भाइ
त्यो भिलेजरले हराए जस्तो छ
यहाँ छ पछाडि
फेदर फलिङ फोवाला एकचोटि
च्यानलिङ हेड यदि लास्ट प्रोटेक्सन पेपरबाट एमब्रोइडरी निकाल्नु चाहिँ राखिरहनु पर्ला सुसार भाइ
त्यो दिन्छ दाइ पेपरबाट एमब्रोइडरी के अरे
अनब्रेकिङ 1 चाहिँ पाइयो भाइ त्यो राम्रो
होइन 3 हुन्छ दाइ अनब्रेकिङ
भने चाहिँ लास्टै लकी अनि भाइ त्यो कहिले नफुट्नेको लागि चाहिँ के गर्नु पर्यो
मेन्डिङ
पनि अप्लाई मेन्डिङ अप्लाई गरे भने कहिले फुट्छ
त्यो एक्सपी पायो भने चाहिँ फुट्दैन
ट्रान्सफर्म माइ निगा पियर्सिङ 3
छैन राम्रो
42 एमरल्ड त महँगो त महँगो रहेछ यार पियर्सिङ 3 राखिरहने कि के गर्नु
नराख्ने
फेदर फलिङले के गर्छ तर
फेदर फलिङले डाइरेक्ट फल ड्यामेज लो गर्छ
ए केमा इक्विप गर्ने हाम्रो त्यो बुटमा फर्च्युन 2
नाइ अगेन
Transform my niggas. Protection 4
राख्ने कतिमा छ
हजुर सिंगल पार 32 एमरल्ड
राख्ने
ल यो पनि भयो मलाई अझै बोक्सेल छैन म यिनीहरु सबलाई लुट्छु कसम भाइ
म एउटा चीज बनाएर आए
तिमी कहाँ बेस भित्रै हो त्यो टेबललाई के भन्छ अरे
टेबल मसँग छ दुईटा एक छ लेक्टर्न भन्ने आउनु मसँग छ
देखा त म यिनीहरुलाई फुल ट्रान्सफर्ममा निगा हाल्नुहुन्छ
अझै यहाँबाट आएको
यस ओ ढोका लाउन बिर्सेँ मैले
त्यो के हुँदैन त्यो लाउन
देखा त
एउटा यता आइज त
कम हियर माइ निगस
लि त कसैले
बेन्डिङ चाहिँ लेभल हुन्न
बेन्डिङ लेभल हुँदैन
अनब्रेकिङ 2
दाइ यो हो के यसको यो हेर्नु त दाइ यो भिलेजरको
स्टिकबाट राखिरह ओ नो भाइले सब डिल लियो क्या मैले त डिलै गर्न मिलेन
कुन डिल
नक ब्याक 1 काम छैन किलिरहनु खोइ त हाम्रो दोस्ती के हो हातमा इन्चेन्टिन बुक दिएर फ्लेक्स हान्छ त ओए भाइ
हजुर
भाउ बढाएछ नि त यसले चाहिँ 32 बाट 32 5 स्टिक पार्दैछ
35 स्टिक
इधर फलिङ थियो आमा
दाइ पछि त्यसलाई जम्बी भिलेजरमा लगेर एक स्टिकको एक डायमन्ड लिएर बनाउनु पर्छ
बनाउँछ हो पुरै आज अहिले एकछिनमै गरौँ भाइ तिमी यो लास्ट ल्याक खाएर चाहिँ खाएको रेजिस्टरै गरेको छैन
दाइ त्यसको लागि
एफिसिएन्सी 5
कतिमा कतिमा कतिमा
4500
रुक्नै त अब 4500 कहाँबाट ल्याउने यार
यहाँ छ यसलाई कैद गरेर राखौँ
पर्दैन के गर्नु पर्दैन
मलाई अझै देऊ त म सब निगाहरूलाई ट्रान्सफर हालिदिन्छु सबजना बिजनेसम्यान छ ओ माई गॉड कस्तो मजाले एफिसिएन्सी 5 पाए यार
दाइ के अरे मिलाउने हो र भिलेजरलाई के यतिकै छोड्दिने
यतिकै छोड्दिए
है के मिलायो रे थाहा भइहाल्छ इन्ट्याक्ट गर्दै जाने
भित्र यसो जब सबै चाहिने कुरा पाइन्छ नो एक्स अलाउड भनेर साइन हाल्नुपर्छ भित्र कहाँ छौ भाइ त्यसलाई के भन्छ रे त्यसलाई के भन्छ रे म बनाएर आउँछु बनाउँछु नि त त्यो के रे त्यो ट्रान्सफर्म गर्ने नाम के रे
यहाँ छ मसँग छ
नाम
त्यसको लागि उस चाहिन्छ
स्पेलिङ
एलई उयोमा छ नि त यिनीहरू त निस्किँदो रहेछ त्यहाँबाट त यसरी ल्याडर युज गरेर
हेलो भाइ हेलो ससङ भाइ
हजुर
म एकछिन आइहालेँ न बहिनी दुध खाने र तताइदिइहाल्छु